Yeah, hi. Very good afternoon to all of you. I hope I'm audible to everyone. Yeah, hi. Dr. Pooja ma'am, Dr. Karunas ma'am, Dr. Aswarya ma'am, I hope I'm audible to everyone. So let me just start with the session 2 of day 2, right? And in session 1, we have completed like how to particularly work on BRDs and FRDs, right? So let me just share my screen and just let me know if it is that visual or not. Am I audible to everyone? Just confirm me once again. Hello.
Yes, sir, you are perfectly
Okay,
audible.
very good. Now I hope you might have like that level of energy, and I got the feedback like we have only very limited span of time, so we need to particularly cover up all the things in a given span of time, right? So let me just share my screen. We know that how to work on BRDs and FRDs, right? The business requirement draft and the functional requirement draft, and it's very essential for a business analyst like which exactly what kind of tools that they need to work on, whether it is like the Jira tool or like the agile methodologies, the different case studies with the help of like the Power BI or any data driven insight or BI tools, right? So now this session 2 will cover how to particularly work on data visualization and storytelling, right? It's very essential or important for a business analyst to start with the best practices that involve the clarity or the simplicity and the accuracy of your data understanding, how to present, how to particularly work on presentation and storytelling portion of your data, and what are the common mistakes that we should avoid, because it is like we have to avoid the clutters of the like data. It should be very important. You don't need to show the over information of any charts or visual. We will deep dive further the different analogies that we have to perform while creating data visualization and storytelling. And you know that we'll further start with the Power BI for the business analyst, the basic overview, the data transformation that we'll work on, how to create a dashboard inside a Power BI, the different advanced features, whether it is like the drill through the KPIs concept, and very important one which is like the DAX function. It is like the powerful concept of any Power BI developer or any BI developer. Okay, so let me just start with the very basic implementation part of like what do you understand by the principle of data storytelling, right? Suppose imagine you are working as a business analyst in any XYZ company, right? You have spent weeks of like crunching your sales data of any XYZ company, like from the e-commerce company or any healthcare sector or any sort of data, right? And one day the CEO walks and says, okay, so what exactly that you are doing, we want this quarter analysis. So is it like, will you like again explore the data, you will open the same data in Excel and will do the analysis again and will check, okay, this quarter we have performed like this? No, it's not like that. We need to create that level of dashboard that can particularly bring the insight, whether it is related to like quarterly analysis, monthly analysis, yearly analysis, daily analysis, or any sort of time analysis. So it's generally we refer these as a time series analysis. So it's very important when you want a real time analysis at your fingertips, you need to work very hard to particularly get all insight at your fingertips with the help of any BI tools, and there where the Power BI comes into the market, right? So we'll start with the data visualization in this session 2, and what are the common mistakes that we generally avoid while storytelling. Okay, so any question related to this, guys? Every senior faculties, any doubts, any question related to this? Okay, so let me just ask a very basic question, right? Suppose I am getting very limited data, right? The data size is like suppose 5,000 to 10,000 per second, right? I know the Excel has their own limitation, and that is like 10 lakh 48,576. You cannot particularly go beyond that. But the problem is that you are getting data 10 lakh per second. Now the situation is you want to analyze that data in a real time environment, right? And this is the basic problem that as a business analyst you need to find the solution. If I am getting this humongous amount of data, how to identify the patterns, how to analyze those data if the data set are very huge, if the data set are very like coming at very huge velocity. So it's very important for a business analyst to need to find the crux of all these data by finding the insights using any BI tools or analysis. So as a business analyst, you need to get insight of how to use the SQL services, databases concept and all, and how to particularly integrate all these concept and technologies when it comes to BI integration, which is like the business intelligence tool integration, so that you can get a real time insight, right? So it's very important to understand where you are getting data. So we have to work on get data, and right now we are getting data. It's not close to like 5,000 of rows. It's close to 10 lakh per second, and we need to analyze that data in a real time, right? This is the main problem, and this is the use cases, and we need to find the answer. So may I know anyone exactly know what exactly we have to do in this scenario, like in this situation? We need to particularly work on databases concept. We need to integrate that databases to any BI development tool, right? So that we can get a real time analysis. So this is where you have to work on data visualization, storytelling, and KPIs concept, right? So that you will give the crystal clear story of what exactly happening right now. So if anyone wants a crystal clear story, you need to work on data visualization, the storytelling portion, and you have to use some best practices to achieve the same, right? So let me start with the same one. What do you understand by data storytelling, right? Data storytelling, what exactly that refer? Data storytelling is just like an art. You can translate your complex data into a simple, clear, and actionable narration or narrative format, I can say, right? If you are getting the complex data and you want a real time analysis at just your fingertips by understanding the complex data in a very pure format, so it's a data storytelling, right? It's just like you are combining multiple data into a one set of summarization, where we can use Excel as well, where we can use Power BI as well, right? So it's like using some context, and your main purpose is to get the insight from the complex data. The complex data could be anything, right? The complex data could be anything. It could be like 1 lakh of data, 10 lakh of data, TBs of data, GBs of data, or anything, right? And once you are like particularly working as a data storytelling or as a business analyst, it's your responsibility to particularly tell to your client what exactly that you are presenting as a storytelling concept, right? So storytelling is not just a like report building kind of concept. It is like connecting the dots so that you will generally give the like overall insight to their audience. So it's like, let me just write in just a very short way. So it's like art of translating complex data into actionable insights, right? This is the main work of a like a data storytelling, and when you're working as a business analyst, you need to work on that also, right? Now the question is, why exactly it matters, what exactly it requires, right? See, if I just give you, let me take very like basic example, right? If I just give you, like, you have already like seen the movie which is like the Bahubali, okay? If I'll give you the books of Bahubali movie, like the part 1 and the part 2, you will like you will particularly you will avoid to read that book, because you know that that book contain multiple pages, like 500 से ज़्यादा 600 से ज़्यादा plus pages हो सकते हैं. You should avoid, and you will definitely avoid to reading the same books, right? Irrespective of like whatever the domain you are following right now, right? But when it comes to like watching the same movie, आप उसको देख भी लेते हैं, and you will enjoy the same movie as well, right? Why? Because you know that Bahubali books also contains the same story, and that movie also contains the same story. But where exactly the differentiation comes, like, it is like movies generally shows like the same context of data in a story format, right? So it's very important if you just know how to particularly present anything in a story format, not in a spreadsheet. Suppose we have this data, like I have already used this data, like जो हमने सुपर स्टोर का डेटा यूज किया था in the last class. Let me just open the same data. The data set is like this, okay? Just give me a second. This is the data set, right? So nobody going to remember like what exactly all these spreadsheet are, kitne columns the, kitne rows the. But you will definitely remember if I'll give you some story, like west ka kitna tha, south ne kitna contribute kiya, the overall profit, the overall losses. And whenever it comes like you need to present this data in a presentable format or like in a storytelling format, you will definitely find the KPIs or the very important points जो हमें याद रखने चाहिए. So it's always important to work on storytelling, not on the data set like or the spreadsheet. You cannot particularly like copy the same data set and just present the entire data set in your like with your stakeholders meetings and all, right? You need to avoid the same thing. So a good story leads to a good action. I can just simply say, जैसे मूवी में गुड स्टोरी होता है तो कलेक्शन अच्छा होता है, तो सेम एज इट इज द मोर यू आर एबल टू present a good story of your data, the more actionable insight or action or like insight you can get. Okay, and the very important one is like your company CEOs, your company like CFOs, your company CEOs and your company CFOs, they don't know the technical or the techno how or the technical concept behind all your reports, right? You need to present all your data or insight in a story format so that they easily understand, okay, ये बात चल रही है, क्योंकि otherwise वो समझ नहीं पाएंगे because they are not from a technical background. So when it comes to non technical stakeholders, when it comes to non technical stakeholders, it's very important to present your story in a actionable insight or dashboard form so that they can take their decisions. It's very important. The main purpose of storytelling, the main purpose of this storytelling, so that you can take decision based on the analysis that you have performed, right? So story and to make decision. Let me write like this. Okay. Now always ensure that key data does not just inform, but it always influence also. It's not like just to find the like what exactly the overall sales and the analysis are. If you understood the data properly, you will find, okay, these are the influencers and these are not, right? The way we did in like subcategories, subcategory में हमने perform किया था with the help of pivot table. Let me just do it again. We know that the copiers and chairs like are doing good, and when it comes to like tables, so उतना अच्छा मेरा achieve नहीं हो रहा. Let me just drop this subcategory and the profit again, and you can just simply check, go to the conditional formatting and use this one conditional formatting. Now you can say कि phones, copiers and accessories are doing good, but what about the tables and आपका supplies? They are not doing good. So this visual representation can present some stories, and as a storyteller you have to present the same story. So for a business analyst, it's always important to use a storytelling framework. Now what exactly the storytelling framework, how to particularly use, what kind of storytelling framework we need to use? Okay, so let me just show you. First of all, you need to define your context. If you want to work like if you want to use the storytelling framework, you need to define your context, like in at what context that you are particularly talking to. What is the problem, or exactly what exactly the current situation is? Abhi actual situation kya chal raha hai? Suppose I know that key sales is dropped by like something this percent or this quarter. So you need to write all these things. This is the very basic concept that we are discussing about sales. Key sales मेरा drop हो चुका है. This is the context. Okay. Then you need to understand the data कि किसके रीजन के चक्कर में ये मेरा ड्रॉप हुआ है. द डेटा कुड बी रिलेटेड टू लाइक सेल्स मेरा ड्रॉप हुआ, प्रॉफिट मेरा ड्रॉप हुआ. द डेटा कुड बी रिलेटेड टू डिफरेंट स्टेट्स एज वेल. द डेटा कुड बी रिलेटेड टू लाइक डिफरेंट सब कैटेगरीज एज वेल, कि इन सब कैटेगरीज के बेसिस पे मेरा सेल्स और प्रॉफिट जो है वो मेरा डिप हुआ है. नाउ इसके बेसिस पर मुझे इंसाइट क्या मिलते हैं? व्हाट एग्जैक्टली द इंसाइट्स आई कैन गेट? I can particularly compare the different regions, different subcategories, and I can say कि some of them are doing good and some of them are not. So I can say कि accessories, copiers and phones and papers are doing good. It means जो भी इस category को hold करते हैं या इस सब category पे work कर रहे हैं, they are doing good. And जो इन सब categories पे work कर रहे हैं, like the books cases, like if you are a controlling manager or like an inventory manager of these supplies or tables, so you are not doing good, right? So I can just simply find all these insights, right? Now based on this insight, what action that you need to take? So this is like a roadmap or a framework of a like a storytelling concept. First of all, you need to understand the context. किसकी बात चल रही है? सेल्स की बात चल रही है. सेल्स के बेस पे पिक द डेटा, and once you pick the data, get some insight, insight is like कि कुछ अच्छा कर रहे हैं and कुछ अच्छा नहीं कर रहे हैं. Now based on that insight, what actions you need to take? So I can just simply say what should we do. If I get my insights, तो अब हमें आगे क्या करना चाहिए. Now you can plan. See, you know that कि you are not getting the high profit in books cases and tables. So what you can do, you can particularly like launch some offers related to this because you are not profitable. You can increase the profit margin over to it, right? So based on this, like particularly you can use all these concepts. So these are the actions that you need to plan. So actions could be related to after your analysis, after your insight, what should be done. Okay, so you can like just I'll just simply write कि हम launch कर सकते हैं. We can launch a discount or like high margin campaign. Okay, discount and high margin campaign, not high margin campaign, right? So this one is my context. ये data हमें पता करना है. We need to find the insight. The insight is like कि tables and the tables, and let me just check, tables and supplies is not doing good, right? So you can just write tables and supplies is not doing good. They are like loss making. So this one is context, this one is your data, this one is the insight that you got, and you need to particularly work on actions. So once you work as a business analyst, or you will start to work as a business analyst, you need to particularly create your framework or a roadmap. Okay, ki in this way we can particularly analyze our data as well, right? Now what about the different types of stories that you can particularly present to different stakeholders? So it's always important टाइप्स ऑफ स्टोरीज, लाइक आप किस तरीके का एनालिसिस आप प्रेजेंट करेंगे. We have, see, we know that if we are like if we have this data, we can like particularly bifurcate this data into three different analysis. The one is like univariate analysis, the second one is bivariate analysis, which includes any two column, and the third one is like multivariate analysis, which includes two or more column. So we know that we have three different levels of analysis, and based on three different levels of analysis, we can pick our story. सी इफ वी आर क्रिएटिंग एनी डैशबोर्ड, वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हम उस डैशबोर्ड में शो क्या करें, वट काइंड ऑफ डेटा और टू इनसाइट वी जनरली वॉन्ट्स टू like to present to our client or to any customers, या हम जिसके लिए भी काम करें. ओके, so the first story that you can just simply give, it's like a breakdown. We can use like multiple visual. We have a waterfall chart in inside Power BI. The second story you can give like the comparison. Okay, you can compare two different entities, like you can compare table versus copiers, right? You can particularly compare like tables versus chairs. Okay, so it's like the breakdown. Now the breakdown of related to what, कि if I am getting like less profit or low profit inside table, let me break down this by like region. So you can break down the table profits because you are getting very low profit or loss in table subcategory. So you can further break down this table profit by region, and then you can get, okay, east is doing good, doing good in like when it comes to subcategory of table, but when it comes to west, so west is not doing good. You can like just simply present in that way कि ईस्ट अच्छा कर रहा है, वेस्ट मेरा अच्छा नहीं कर रहा है, by breaking down that particular data. So in like we have used we can use like the breakdown stories, we can use the comparison between two or multiple tables. We can particularly check which is called the trend analysis, right? Trend analysis is also a story. The trend analysis like changes over time. Like you can particularly check कि मेरा sales जो है वो over the time कैसे मेरा change हो रहा है, right? So the changes over time, trend analysis. Sometimes we also refer this as a time series analysis, right? So all these stories we can particularly give, like you can check the different outliers. Suppose we are getting sales, and sales may like from some subcategories we are doing good, from some we are not doing good. So we can particularly check the outliers, and we know that to particularly work on different types of stories, we have to use different types of visuals कि हम outliers यहाँ पर check कर सकते हैं. The another story that you can particularly show is a correlation between what, correlation between your target value to the input data set that you have, like CORRELATION. Okay, you can check the correlation between what, you can check the correlation between profit versus sales. if the sales are increasing, there might be chances कि sales के increase होने पे मेरा profit भी increase हो रहा होगा, right? So in this way you can particularly present your stories. These are the type of like breakdowns or stories you can use. Now it's completely depends upon you कि what kind of like real type stories or real life example you want to particularly use. Okay, now we know that we have to present all these stories and like the complex data in some sort of like the dashboards and like BOARDS dashboard or like the KPIs in some tool. So we can use Excel for this, and we can use the BI intelligence tools for this. BI intelligence is like business intelligence. It has their own intelligence, so it will help us to predict what is going to be next in near term future. अगला क्वार्टर में क्या सेल्स होने वाला है, क्या प्रॉफिट होने वाला है. We can use all these like BI tools. So BI tools में we have Power BI, Tableau, we have multiple BI tools, right? I'll start with the same one. अभी हम करेंगे इस पे काम, right? Now what about these KPIs? Can anyone let me know what do you understand by KPI? KPI हमारा क्या represent करता है?
Key performance indicators.
Key performance indicator. Now if I just want to know, if I have a like startup related to e-commerce sector, what could be the KPIs? क्या क्या हो सकते हैं मेरे?
KPIs could be like page views. In case we have the e-commerce website, then page views,
Very good.
clicks.
Page views
And
per clicks, we could have like, of course,
we can have CTR, click-through rate.
click
In
through
case
rate,
we are
of
running
course.
a campaign, we are promoting our e-commerce website using some Google, this thing, and then there are number of KPIs like all these,
Hmm.
and page views, add, add to cart. How many people have just added to
Right,
cart but not,
right.
finding about the product.
Okay.
Those
So
KPIs we can use.
let me just summarize this. So KPIs are like just a one-liner answer, right? You can always get KPIs with the one-liner answer. What is click through ratio? It's like a one-liner answer, right? What is like overall web page view? It's just a one-liner answer. It is like the ratios or the one-liner answer. So I can say whenever I am getting one-liner answer is like likely to be my KPIs, right? And whenever we are creating any draft or dashboards, we generally need to present this KPIs as well, whether it is like like annual reporting or the quarterly reporting or any sort of like the monthly reporting as well. So let me just show you the practical approach. Suppose I want to check the Reliance annual report, right? Reliance annual report, and you will find like the Reliance annual report uses the KPIs, right? All these are like very key important terms for investors or for like whatever they want to particularly invest in their companies or already invested like. So let me just click on this integrated annual report. Reliance for all. So all these are my like the very overview of the KPIs, like the first companies to cross something like once times 100,000, 10,000 lakh, 10 lakh, 2 lakh crore of corpus, right? Or the capital. The consolidated revenue cross, it's like 1 lakh crore, like whatever the data set, like the data that we are getting. Empowering Indian economy. So all these are my one liner answer, and I can simply refer this one liner answer as a KPI, right? But the KPI should be related to the company's performance, right? The CSR contribution is not directly related to the company's performance, but it is related to indirectly with the company's performance. The more you get profitable, the more you like particularly wants to contribute in the CSR activities, right? So all these are my KPIs. But when you work as a business analyst, you need to find all business KPIs so that you can particularly analyze your business. And all these KPIs are my key performance indicators, and it generally depends upon different domains and sectors, right? So it's like a key performance indicator. It's just a measurable values that shows how effectively a company is achieving their business goal. I can just simply say if my KPIs are not doing good, so I am not close to, like I'm not going close to my business goals. In just a like a very short answer I can give. So KPIs just reflect, it shows how effectively a company is achieving their business goal, right? If I am doing good with my KPIs, so I am achieving my business goal or I am close to my business goal. If I am not achieving my KPIs, I am not achieving my business goals as well. Now once you work in company, you have another things that you need to particularly work on is a KRAs, right? The KRAs are like key responsibility area and the key responsible areas. So it's generally like for like the employees or for the business analysts, like these are the KRAs, and based on this KRAs, your KPIs can be affected. The KRA is like the key responsible area, like I am responsible only for this. Business analyst is not like responsible for developing or like for particularly implementing or like working on the coding aspect and all. वो coding पे काम नहीं करेगा, वो python के code नहीं लिखेगा, but we have like the drafting, the draft बनाने का काम, the functional requirement and the business requirement, all these are like related to the responsible area of a business analyst. So the all both KRAs and KPIs are like correlated to each other. So it's very important to check what exactly, it's like just a matrix, right? It's just like a single value or a measurable value that shows how your company's like particularly doing. Okay, so why KPI matter in dashboard? Like whenever I am creating any dashboards, you need to particularly show your KPIs, and let me just show, and I'll create dashboard as well. अभी हम बनाएंगे भी, ठीक है, practically. So if I click any of the like whatever the templates that are available, in some way you will find like we have some numerical values like this, which is like revenue this financial year, cash position, runway, installation team, whatever like average revenue per sale. The data is like MySQL greater than or SQL. See, it's like closely related to the data set or the domain like the business analyst working on, right? The marketing team KPIs like MQL this month, cost per MQL. All these are my KPIs, right? So it's just a one-liner answer in generally we can say, right? Let me just click on this. So it's like a dashboard related to good data. Okay, once you click on this, so this is the overall net sales, the orders that you receive, like active customers, the gross profit margin. If you are like working in HR sector, so you can particularly check this dashboard also, HR dashboard, and the KPIs related to HR dashboard as well, right? So the KPIs are like how many employees are enrolled now, and like particularly the attrition rate, the replacement, the addition, and like the temporary value that they have, like filled position by the job function. These are not my KPI, like these are the values, right? But whatever I am getting just in just a single cards, all generally represent the KPIs, right? So it's very important for a business analyst to identify the company's KPIs and to fulfill the KPIs by like analyzing the business goals and effectively use those business goal to reflect their KPIs as well, right? So KPIs किस चीज़ में हमें हेल्प करते हैं? KPIs helps to track success of a company. अगर मेरा KPIs अच्छा काम कर रहा है, so I can say I can be like more close to my success. Okay, so it generally track your success, not individual one success, like the company's success. Okay, SUCCESS. Okay, and now you can particularly check whether you have like meet the target or not, like you are closer to your goals or not. And based on this KPIs, you can be like you can take your quick decisions. So it's very important to check out all your KPIs, whether they are doing good or not, right? So if you want to take good decision and at very high speed, like the quick business decision, so you need to find your KPIs as well, right? Let me just give you like the different examples of KPIs related to different sectors, right? Suppose I have like the sector related to e-commerce. E-commerce may sir has told like we can particularly check average click through rate, right? So I can simply check CAC represent. See, it's not like we no need to understand and we no need to learn all these concepts. It just completely depends upon the domain knowledge. Hello, yeah, any question related to this? Someone asking something? किसी को कुछ पूछना है? All members? Okay. So it's like let me just show you. Based on like e-commerce, we have like CAC represent like customer acquisition cost. Okay, so now we need to particularly find all these answers ACQUISITION, acquisition cost. Okay, it's like CAC. Now, what is this customer acquisition cost? It's like whatever the amount that you have spent to acquire a new customer. So it's like total spent on acquiring a one new customer. So it's like a customer acquisition cost. Like the like all Ola company, Uber company, the Flipkart, Amazon, they should like particularly invest some amount and time to acquire a one single customer. So it's very important for a company to limit their CAC. It's not like कि 1 लाख रुपए कमाने के लिए 10 लाख रुपए लगाना पड़ रहा है, या लाइक वो तो खैर करना पड़ेगा, बट द थिंग इज दैट कि एक कस्टमर के लिए हमें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हमें इन्वेस्ट नहीं करना है. इट्स कंप्लीटली डिपेंड्स अपॉन देयर KPIs and KRAs, right? The second thing is like the conversion rate could be the KPIs as well. Conversion rate, now conversion rate of what? See, जैसे I'll visit this like कामा आयुर्वेदा इज अ वेबसाइट, राइट? आई नो दैट. मैं इस वेबसाइट पे गया, बट द थिंग इज दैट कि आई नेवर लाइक बाउट अ सिंगल प्रोडक्ट ऑफ दिस फ्रॉम दिस वेबसाइट. मैं जस्ट आया और विजिट किया और मैं रिटर्न हो गया, राइट? सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू चेक द क्लिक थ्रू रेशियो एंड टू चेक द कन्वर्जन रेट एज वेल, कि कितने वेबसाइट्स इस वेबसाइट्स पे लाइक द नंबर ऑफ विजिटर्स who generally visits and they buy product as well, right? So this one is like my conversion rate. Okay, so you can just simply say percentage of website visitors, generally buy, right? Percentage of website visitors generally who buys, right? Now the thing is that we can also particularly check AOV is like average order value. Okay, average order value. So all these are like related to my KPIs. Now if you are very familiar with the Shark Tank is like a very popular show for like if you want to raise some investment, so they generally look for or ask for the KPIs, like कि आपका whatever the cost acquisition, आपका customer acquisition cost आपका क्या है, EBITDA आपका क्या है, and also all these reflects my KPIs and the business performance. So it's like हिंदी का मार्क्स पूछना, इंग्लिश का मार्क्स पूछना, you can analyze the students performance, like if they are doing engineering or any other sort of relevant. But if you want to analyze the company's report card, you need to ask them the KPI. So KPIs is like just a report card for a company. Okay, so average order value, and we can like particularly work on all these things like the return rate we have. In this data we know that na कि we have this order data and we have this return data. Now if I want to check कि मेरा कितना order ID है, just simply do one thing कि check the number of items return. So you 297 items are written and you have like overall 9994. So you can do like the basic calculation, 297 divided by 9994, and this represent your like the return rate, if you want to calculate, right? So let me just write quick business decisions and okay, AOV, and it's like the return rate. You can also use this return rate as a KPIs as well, right? So all these represent my KPIs, and it's very important if you want to present your dashboard, you need to integrate on all your KPIs to particularly focus on goals. You can prioritize your KPIs as well. If you want to update your KPI regularly, you can do the same, because the benefit is that if the data changes, if the underlying data changes, or if you are getting the live data, what you don't want ना कि मुझे 10 दिन पुराना KPIs मिले. You want the live data, so you want the live KPIs analysis. So it's very important to connect your dashboard with the live data set. You will create, now we will definitely perform how to use these KPIs and how to create cards using these KPIs as well, right? So if you are getting the live data, you need to show the live KPIs as well, right? So suppose like if we are getting like whatever the examples that we took, जो हमने बैंक लोन का एग्जाम्पल लिया था, बैंक्स लोन का एग्जाम्पल, वी कैन पर्टिकुलरली प्लान द KPIs एज वेल, कि लोन अप्रूवल्स अभी तक कितना हो गया है मेरा, टोटल लोन अप्रूवल्स, राइट? पेंडिंग में कितना चल रहा है मेरा, लाइक द WIP इन प्रोग्रेस, टाइम टेकन अभी तक कितना हो गया है मेरा, टोटल लोन अप्रूवल्स. So all these are my KPIs, and believe me, you as a business analyst, you need to find all these KPIs, but sometime you will get all KPIs in a draft format. वो जब आप company के लिए काम करते हैं, you will get the all KPIs कि we need to particularly check all these, and you can then definitely create a dashboard, right? You can also check the number of people apply for the loan and rejected because of like the documents mismatch or like any anomalies with the documents as well. So you can just simply check percentage of रिजेक्शन ऑफ लोन्स रेट. एंड इट शुड नॉट बी लाइक कि अगर 100 बंदे अप्लाई कर रहे हैं तो 100 में से 90% जो है वो लोन्स रिजेक्ट हो जा रहे हैं. यू नीड टू वर्क ऑन दैट बिकॉज दैट 90% रिजेक्शन शोज योर बिजनेस आर नॉट डूइंग गुड बिकॉज वट एवर द कंज्यूमर और द कस्टमर दैट यू आर गेटिंग दे मोस्टली आर फ्रॉम लाइक द फॉर्ज डॉक्यूमेंट और उनके पास या तो फॉल्स डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं. सो वंस वी गेट आर KPIs we can particularly see it's like a complete seamless integration. We'll get some KPIs. I'll try to find insight using this KPI, and once I get my insight, again I'll plan some action, and then action convert into result, and based on this result again I can increase my API sorry, not API, it's a KPI, right? Key performance indicator. So all these things like we can particularly plan. Now let me start with the very like dashboard development and how to particularly work on all these data set that we have, and what exactly the common mistakes that we need to generally avoid. Okay, so shall I just continue with the like what exactly the purpose of a Power BI developer and how to integrate all this Power BI with like the business intelligence tools, whatever the data set I'll get. And I have closed like the session 1 with the very basic business problem कि हमारे पास डेटा आ रहा है एंड वी वांट अ रियल टाइम एनालिसिस. इफ वी वांट अ रियल टाइम एनालिसिस वी कैन यूज एक्सेल एज वेल, and if we are getting very humongous amount of or like the big amount of data, so we need to focus on the BI tool as well. So shall I just move to like how to particularly apply all these concept in a practical way using the Power BI? क्या हम Power BI पे continue करें आगे? Is there any doubt related to like the KPIs or storytelling concept, or shall I just start with the Power BI implementation? All faculties kindly just let me know. डॉक्टर विवेकानंद सर, आपको समझ में आ रहा है ना? डॉक्टर दिव्या मैम, डॉक्टर करुणा सर, डॉक्टर सतीश सर, डॉक्टर आशीष सर. ओके, प्रोसीड सर. राइट. Now the thing is that ki why there is a requirement of a business intelligence tools, why it is required. We have like we don't want business dashboard development tool, we want business intelligence tools. Why? Because based on that tools we can take a decision very fast. Okay, and right now in the market we have multiple business intelligence tools, right? So the first business intelligence tools were started with the Tableau, right? One like 2 or 3 Stanford researchers were like they were planning ki if I want to analyze my data again and again, can we create some automation process? So they have created a software or a tool like a BI tool, and the name of that tool was Tableau. Tableau, right? Tableau was created by the Stanford researcher or the mathematician, right? Now in some sort of 2020, let me just re-verify. uh, Salesforce company acquired Tableau, right? Salesforce company acquired Tableau in which year? Let me just cross verify. In 2019 with the like investment amount of 15.7 billion dollar. Now you can imagine like completed in all stock deal in it just a, like a single cash. Okay, so if the companies are ready to invest a $15 billion in just a single BI tool, now imagine the market size of like the BI industry, right? So the Tableau was started or like the created by the Stanford researcher, but in 2019 Salesforce acquired this Tableau with an investment of like the $15.7 billion. Now already Power BI came to the market around 2015. Let me just re-verify the date. Power BI is a product of Microsoft. Power BI launch date, not Loomis, it's the launch date. It's close to like 24th of July 2015. Microsoft has their monopoly. Now the benefit of the Power BI is that if you have any Microsoft products like whether it is Excel, SQL Server, Microsoft PowerPoint, or whatever the Microsoft tools that you are using, whether it is like SharePoint or Microsoft Teams as well. So you can integrate this Microsoft Power BI with any sort of Microsoft product. That is the benefit of this Microsoft Power BI, like the business intelligence tools, and that has created the monopoly in the market. And right now, Microsoft Power BI in the leaders quadrant. There is a company. That company name is a Gartner. Gartner generally like do surveys on the BI tools, and you can just simply check in the magic quadrant we have multiple tools, but the Power BI is at the leading quadrant, right? So you can just simply check कि we have multiple tools, but Power BI हमारा Microsoft जो है is at the leaders quadrant, then followed by Salesforce, Tableau, and we have multiple BI tools as well. If you want to work with the Amazon tools, so you can use the Amazon QuickSight as well. IBM has their own tools, which is like the IBM Cognos. And let me just show you list of popular BI tools. We in market we have more than 50 plus BI tools, right? And you can just simply check. Tableau software, Microsoft Power BI, the ClickView. I have worked on Google Looker Studio, and we have that's why we have implemented this. Sorry, we have implemented this Looker Studio in your curriculum as well. We'll try to like learn the Tableau as well in upcoming classes. We'll focus on like what exactly the Microsoft Power BI is. If you are familiar with the Zoho Analytics, you can use the Zoho Analytics as well. The IBM Cognos Analytics, right? The SAS are there. Google Looker Studio, you can use the ClickView, the ClickSense are there. And right now in the market, we have multiple, like the Domo BI is there, and Amazon QuickSight is also there, right? I'm not getting the name, but if I want to use the Amazon Web Services with the like BI integration, so there is a tool, and the name of that tool is Amazon QuickSight. So Amazon QuickSight again is a BI tool, right? That we can use. And believe me, if you are familiar with the Tableau, so you are already good to go with the Amazon QuickSight, because Amazon QuickSight follows 80 to 90% similarity with the Tableau, right? So अगर हमें Tableau आता है, I can easily integrate my Amazon QuickSight as well, right? So Amazon QuickSight is a again BI tools that every Power BI developer or must like business analysts must do to analyze all their data using the Amazon QuickSight or any BI tools, right? So we have multiple tools in the market, but the very popular one is a Power BI, right? Now now what exactly we have to do in Power BI? Power BI are like is a product of Microsoft, and it comes with like multiple things. If you want to clean your data, so data cleaning you can perform in Power BI, right? So how many of you are like familiar with the word which is called like the ETL? There is a requirement in the market which is called ETL developer. Anyone? Any idea? What do you understand by ETL? Extract, transform and load. It's a the full form of ETL is a extract, transform and load. No? Okay, let me just continue. So if you want to download the Power BI like comes with the like very desktop, which is a free version of Power BI, right? So what you have to do, just go to the Microsoft Store, and you can, if you want to do it parallelly, you can just go to Microsoft Store and write the Power BI, right? You can write it Power BI here. Power BI is a product of Microsoft, and it's recommended to like download this Power BI from this Microsoft Store, because you no need to update this Power BI again and again, right? If I just simply click on this is the Power BI desktop version. The Power BI desktop version is like it's a free to use. I don't need to pay a single penny for this, right? I can use my Power BI desktop, but the problem is that if any one of you are like creating a dashboard or building reports using Power BI, and your client wants कि ठीक है मुझे इसे share कर दो, but right now I am in USA or New York, so you need a pro version or a premium version of a Power BI, and for that you need to pay a $10 per month. But I have like different ways to use pro version without paying a single rupees, right? So you need to just click on this Power BI desktop. You will get the option of getting, just click on this get option. Now what exactly the Power BI? It's just like a Power BI desktop allows you to like put you can analyze your data or dashboard at just your fingertips, right? It combined with like multiple product suite with the Power BI. We have multiple things in the Power BI as well, like the Power BI Power Apps as well, the Power BI page report builder. We can integrate Power BI with any of the tools as well, right? Now the thing is that we can create a data modeling, we can visualize our data as well, and once we visualize and created a dashboard, we can simply publish the dashboard inside the Power BI web service. So Power BI mainly divided into like three different major portion. Okay, the first is going to be like the Power BI view. It's like the Power BI view window, and the second one is like the Power Query Editor. It's like just an ETL tool, which is like for extract, transform, and load. And the third one is like the Power BI Web Service. Okay, Power BI Web Service. This Power BI view is like if you want to create your dashboards, you will have to use this Power BI view, right? If you want to transform your data, this is like only important for transformation. Like if you want to transform your data, if you want to like do some data cleaning and data merging and data data joins and all, so you need to use this Power Query Editor, right? This Power Query Editor is just like my ETL tool. The full form of ETL is like extract. You can like extract data from any sources, like extract, then you can extract, you can extract data from any sources, and you can like particularly transform this data inside Power BI Power Query Editor. Then you can load this data for final dashboard development and report development. Once you created your dashboard, you can publish your dashboard to the Power BI web services. This Power BI web service is just like a cloud based SaaS SaaS based application. It's like cloud based SaaS based application. It's like software as a services. You can use this Power BI online as well, right? You don't need to download the Power BI desktop version, but again for that you need a Power BI Pro account. या तो आपको Pro account की ज़रूरत पड़ेगी, या you will need a premium account. Okay, but right now I have the authority to give you the Pro account as well, and you can, I hope like you might be interested how to particularly get a Pro account for Power BI just for like 60 plus days. आप 60 से ज़्यादा दिन के लिए आप Power BI Pro account यूज़ कर सकते हैं. If you just want, let me know in the chat, या फिर आप मुझे मैसेज में बता देना. आई विल गाइड यू हाउ टू पर्टिकुलरली गेट अ Power BI Pro version for more than 60 plus days, right? Now we know that Power BI mainly divided into three different like portion. The first one is for Power BI, Power BI view window. The second is for Power Query, and the third is for like Power BI web services. Now I have downloaded this Power BI. Let me just open this Power BI, right? This Power BI again is a like the business intelligence tools. You can particularly connect to 100 plus data sources. You can create a data modeling, data like data munging and all. You have like 100 or like 1,000 plus of external visuals or like import visuals that you can use in Power BI. You can further deep dive into the data. You can find the hidden patterns and discover the more complex insight, right? And the best part is that once you created your dashboard inside the Power BI desktop, आप इसे मोबाइल पे भी एक्सेस कर सकते हैं, right? Suppose you are not having your laptop right now, but someone created a dashboard using the Power BI desktop, and you want to like particularly view the same dashboard inside your mobile phone. So आप वो कर सकते हैं, right? The Power BI allows you the same, right? You can share your visual analytics to like everyone in your organization, and if you want to make it public, you can use it as well, right? So हम इसे web services पे भी publish कर सकते हैं, and we have multiple things to do. We can apply the row level securities as well. We can apply the data validation as well. So Power BI gives you 100% solution for a business analyst if they want the real time solution. Believe me, this Power BI, why this Power BI is very important, and why as a business analyst you need to understand this tool, not only Power BI, the Tableau as well, because you can give the solution or the real time solution to any company if they are facing problem from like if they are not getting the real time analysis or the data, then आप उस कंपनी को इंसिस्ट कर सकते हैं. Like in this way we can use this Power BI for real time app development or dashboard development, right? So let me start with the Power BI now. This one is like my welcome screen. It started with the home page, the sign in. Just you have to click on this blank report, right? You know that in Power BI we can only create the blank report, right? We can only create the reports as well. We cannot create the dashboard, right? But there is a like difference between the dashboard and the report. If we are creating a report with the single page analysis, so in that way we can say ki, okay, we have created a dashboard. So let me just go to Google and write key the differences between the dashboard and the report. So the dashboard is just like a single page analysis, and the reports are like multiple page analysis. Like suppose I want my blood test, so I cannot say ki give me a like dashboard for my blood test. I'll generally use to say ki give me a blood test report rather than saying give me just a dashboard of my blood test, right? So it's like a single page analysis, you will use the dashboard. And jab if you want a multiple page analysis, then we have to use like the report building, and that's where the Power BI comes and play their role, right? So this one are like my ribbon tab, and let me know how many of you are already familiar with the Power BI concept. Anyone, any idea? Okay, just let me know कितनों को नहीं मालूम है, right? Be very frank, every faculty, so that like I can particularly pick my example based on that. अदरवाइज मैं ऊपर ऊपर से ना निकल जाऊँ इसमें. आई रियली वांट कि आपको पावर बी आई अच्छे से समझ में आए, बिकॉज एज अ बिजनेस एनालिस्ट यू नीड टू यूज इट ऑन डे टू डे बेसिस. डॉक्टर ऐश्वर्या मैम, डॉक्टर अर्चना मैम, डॉक्टर आशीष सर, दिव्या मैम, आपको लाइक थोड़ा बहुत एनी लाइक एनी बिट sort of idea related to how to use Power BI and what exactly the purpose of a Power BI developer, and how to correlate this Power BI developer with the business analyst. Any idea या anyone wants to give their input? कुछ बताना चाहेंगे Power BI के बारे में? डॉक्टर सतीश सर, anyone? डॉक्टर आशीष सर? नो, आई थिंक आई कंसीडर लाइक कि ठीक है, अभी आपके लिए नया ही होगा आई थिंक. देन डॉक्टर आशीष सर, डॉक्टर अर्चना मैम, डॉक्टर शॉम्पी मैम, आप लोग बता सकते हैं लाइक. ओके, सो द थिंग इज दैट दिस पावर बी आई gives you this canvas page, right? This one is my canvas page, and you can draw or use your imagination to give the detailed insight of whatever the data set that you are getting, right? These one are my visualization, and you can get data from get data as well. आप get data पे जाकर के भी data get कर सकते हैं. Power BI gives you 100 plus sources to get data, right? And you can click on like import data from Excel. आप directly Excel से data मंगा सकते हैं. What we will going to learn, we can get we'll try to learn like import data from SQL server as well. मैं वो बताऊंगा कैसे हमें करना है. We will try to learn how to get data from Excel as well, and how to use the Python to get data inside Power BI as well, right? If you are very like if you are familiar with the basic Python concept, then I can simply get data from Python as well, right? वो dynamically होगा. Okay, whenever I load any data, it will show you the data overall, whatever the data set that you have loaded, right? So you know that we have that data set which is like the sample superstore. Now what I'll do, I'll go to this get data. We have 100 plus sources inside Power BI that we can get data from website as well. You might have interested like for how to get data from NSE as well, right? आप में से पूछा था किसी ने. So I can get data from NSE as well, but for that I need to write the Python query, because the NSE does not allows you to directly web scrap your data. For that we need to work on Python different modules, right? So either I can simply click on this Excel workbook, यहाँ पर Excel workbook, या फिर I can simply call data from like import data from Excel. If you don't have that data, so you do one thing, you can just go to help and click on this examples, and this examples gives you the sample data, right? And once you load this sample data, you need to analyze your data as well, right? Once you click on this data, right, I'll try to import like I'll try to get data, whatever the data like the sample superstore we have. Once I click on this help, it will give me the financial data set, right? You just need to click on this checkbox, and this is the overview of a data, right? The segment, country, product, discount band, sales price, gross margin, profit, cost of goods sold, profit date, and month number. If you're like familiar with the data, then you can simply click on the load button. If you want any transformation, the transformation will generally open the Power Query Editor. The Power Query Editor again is another window of a Power BI, right? What exactly, if I want any data cleaning, see, let me keep it very easy. अगर मुझे data clean करना है, I can simply click on this transform data. If I know that my data is already neat and clean, I can simply click on this load option, and I know what is the use of cancel, right? Right now the data is already neat and clean. Just simply click on this load option. You will get your data inside the data pane, right? So in this way you can load your data. You can load multiple data set, and you can create the data blending and the data modeling as well inside Power BI. The data modeling is like you can connect multiple table, and we have multiple types of schemas for the same, like the star schemas, snowflake schema, the constellation schemas. Believe me, I genuinely want to give you the overview, not the overview of the Power BI, but the detailed insight of the Power BI. if you want to like particularly hands on the Power BI, it required at least 30 plus hours of Power BI training, right? But you know that in, like within just a short span of time we cannot particularly cover the overall concept of the Power BI, right? At least it required 30 plus hours of training. Okay, so this is the data, right? The financial data. Now the financial data will if you just hover over it, it will say okay, you have imported this data, the date and time is this. And whenever you are getting any like summarization kind of symbol or logo or icon, so this try to generally represent the data set or the columns, or the data that you have is a numerical column, right? If you see, we have this canvas page, right? I can create multiple pages, and we have by default four views. The first is called report view, the second is like table view, the third is model view, and the fourth one is dex query view. Inside a table view, I can like visualize and I can just see my data. It not just like the very basic excel one. आप यहाँ पर कुछ भी edit नहीं कर सकते, it's not editable, right? You can just simply click on it. If you want to sort it, आप ascending descending कर सकते हैं, but you cannot like excel के जैसा it's like मैं double click करके मैंने edit कर दिया. No, we cannot use this, like. So whenever I am getting this like summarization icon, so it generally represent ki okay, we have a numerical data. And if we are getting this like the calendar type of icon, it represent okay, we are getting the calendar data type that represent the date and time data type. And if we are getting like no such icon, that generally represent okay, that data is like the textual in nature. The textual data we generally divided into the categorical part and the numerical part. So textual data को हम categorical data भी कहते हैं. So right now the country is a categorical data, the segment is a categorical data, the product is a categorical or the textual data, the discount band is a categorical or a textual data, unit sold is my numerical data. That's why we are getting like the summarization part or the summation part over here, right? Now what I can do, I can simply pick any of the visualization, right? Power BI gives you 100 plus visuals, right? 100 plus visuals, you can get 45 plus visuals here. And if you just click on this get more visuals, and if you have a pro account, you can just simply go to this, you can click on the sign in. You need to like give your pro account ID or the email ID, and you can like, and you can get your like the pro account. I have my pro account as well, and let me just write. Okay, not right now. Once I'll like create the dashboard and I'll publish the dashboard using this publish icon, then I'll create my and I'll use my like the pro account version. Okay, now what you have to do, so in this page one, we know that now what kind, like how to particularly tell stories. We know that if we are creating a dashboard or creating a reports, we need to present all these stories, right? The breakdown, the comparison, the trend analysis, or the outliers, right? So inside this Power BI, we have to do the same, right? We have all these visuals. Now the best part of the Power BI is that it's just a drag drop and the clickable tool, right? You need to particularly click on any of the visuals. Suppose I want to create a clustered column chart. So before I just want to create this, let me just click on this text box, right? I'll create this text box and I'll write with the caps lock sales sales dashboard, right? Why I'm writing this as a sales dashboard, because I'm like only creating a single page analysis. Okay, you can change the font color, right? You can center align, you, if you want to change the font size and font color, you can do it manually, right? Now the thing is that this one is my canvas, and I know that the canvas size is like is very less. If you want to format anything inside this visualization, you will get this option which is like the format your page. Just click on this and you will get this setting which is like the canvas setting. I'll click on this canvas setting. I'll have this option 16 by 9. Instead of 16 by 9, click on this custom. You can give your own custom height and width, right? Suppose I want to give the height as like 980. Okay, and this height and width like already has been written in the documentation portion as well, like what exactly kind of dashboard that we required. And you can give the width as well 1500, right? Now I'll have this canvas size like this. Okay, now let me just resize this again, and I'll click on the sales dashboard, just make it bold. You can change the color as well. Now I'll have the multiple visual, and the best part of the Power BI, you can pick any visual and do some analysis with the drag drop features, right? Suppose I want to show some KPIs, right? The best part is that you need to understand the KPIs. The KPIs are like just a single liner answer or the one liner answer, we know that right now here we have the, let me just pick the numerical value, right? But in practical situation we need to calculate the KPIs with the help of dex function as well, right? If you want to show the KPIs, you need to use this card visual. The limitation of this card visual is you can only show one value at a time. Suppose I'll drop the sales value, right? It will take some time and it will say the total sales that you have achieved. But suppose I want to show the profit as well, it will override the sales with the profit. So this is the limitation of the single card. That's why Power BI has given you the card new option, right? Inside this card new option you can drop the multiple KPIs or the numerical values or the one liner answer, so that you will get the basic or overview inside that, like this is the profit that you have made. Okay, now if you just select this sales and drop inside the data, this one is the sales, right? And I'll give you ki kitna like best user of this Power BI dashboard, you will get the real time insight and the analysis, right? Suppose you want to analyze the unit sold, you will get the unit sold value as well, the cost of goods sold, you can just simply drop the cost of goods sold, the gross sales value as well, right? नाउ इट्स नॉट ऑलवेज कि आप ये सारे न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यू ही ड्रॉप करेंगे, यू कैन पिक any numerical values and you can create your own KPIs as well. Now we know that we are getting the implicit value like the sum of profit, sum of sales. If I want to like rewrite this again, so just simply double click on this and instead of like the sum of profit, you can just simply say okay, let me write this as a total profit, right? Total profit. And instead of sum of sales, let me write this as a total sales, right? Instead of units sold, let me write this with the total units sold, right? Because all these are my KPIs values. I'll consider right now this as a KPIs, right? Total cost of goods sold. And you can also check instead of total, you can particularly get the average value. You can change the aggregation, right? And sum of gross sales, right? So instead of sum of gross sales, you can just say total gross sales. Now, what about the discount? So instead of like particularly showing the sum of discount, you can just click on this drop down icon and you can change the aggregation. आप average use कर सकते हैं, minimum, maximum, count, and we have multiple aggregation. Just click on this average. Now you will get your average discount, right? Average of discount. And here you can see that okay, we have all these KPIs, but the thing is that कि ये सारे multiple अलग अलग जगह मुझे show रहे हैं. Now what I have to do, just go to this format your visual. I can particularly format this visual inside my Power BI. Now what you have to do, just go to this layout and it shows कि by default you have only 3 cards. Now what you want, you dropped almost 6 values, so definitely you want to show the 6 cards, right? So instead of 3, just write 6 and you will get all your KPIs like this. Okay, one like if you want to increase the space between the cards, you can particularly play with this, right? You can adjust the adjustment also, like the single row, single column, and the grid wise, right? It completely based upon your analysis or your requirement. Let me just select this as a single row, right? And I can simply call this call out values as well, right? Inside this call out values, I can change my call out values to 30. Now this one is perfect. I can change the color as well. I can make it center align. If you don't want to show the label, I don't think so there is like the best use case of it. I want to show the label as well, right? So all these are my KPIs. If you want to like show some images, you can show some images as well. Like for total profit, you need to download the total profit icon. For total sales, you need to download the total sales icon, right? Let me just show you. I'll have some like icons. So I'll go to this images, I'll click on this image, I'll go to this browse option, and it will give me like the list of images that I have. So let me just pick see right now it's like on all series. I don't want to apply the same images on all series, so let me pick the total unit sold, right? Total unit sold is this, and inside this total unit sold, I want a particular kind of image, and the images are like look like something total units sold like this. Okay, I want to use this icon. Okay, let me just open this. It will try to particularly fit this icon inside this KPI. Now what you have to do, you can change the orientation or the alignment, like below the text, right of the text. Now what I'll do, I'll keep this as a right of the text, and I can adjust the spaces. Let me make it 8, and I can adjust the size as well. Let me do it by 10 pixel. If I just simply hit enter, you can just simply check, okay, this is the icon, right? Let me just increase some size. मैंने यहाँ पर 20 कर दिया, so 20 I'm getting the values like this. And what about 25? I think the 25 would be the better one, right? What about 30? I think 30 like the far better one, right? So in this way I can particularly use my images for the individual one, like the total profit के लिए मैं profit show कर दूंगा. Let me pick the total sales, right? Again, this is your task to particularly explore all this Power BI and try to like import the images as per the KPIs that you are using, right? I can instead of total units sold, I can like select the total sales. Again, go to this browse and you can use the sales icon logo. Let me pick this one, the sales icon logo like this. I think this one is better, right? So मैंने इसे open कर लिया and I can change the spaces between the like the icon, and I can adjust the size as well. Let me make it 30 again. So in this way, like see, देख रहे हैं कितना बढ़िया लग रहा है. I can like particularly put all the icons like this, है ना? Everyone, all faculties, yes or no? So in this way, like now the best part is that na ki it's a like a real time analysis. I'll show you ki how to do this, right? Now inside this formatting you can play with multiple formatting. Suppose you want to go to card and you want like ki rounded rectangle, you can make it like this rounded rectangle. You can play with the rounded corner as well. You can change the alignment, you can like increase the shadow, you can on the shadow, you can make some glows, you can use the accent bar as well. My accent bar pe I can like particularly increase the width size as well, and I think that could be the better one, right? ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा अच्छा लग रहा है. Okay, so in this way we have created this all my KPIs, right? And I know that कि I took the data set from this example itself only, right? मैंने अभी तक बाहर से कोई data नहीं मंगाया, but the best part is that कि you can get data from 100 plus sources in Power BI, right? This is the main power of a Power BI. Now what about all the rest area? We have used this. Okay, now if you want to do some general formatting, go to this format your visual, go to this general, click on this effect. See, the thing is that all procedures and the steps that I am performing right now, it's on recorded, right? So if you want to like repeat all these things, so you can watch the recording again and again, right? I'll go to this general setting option. I'll click on this effects, go to this color. You can change the color as well if you want. Right now I want to show the visual borders, and let me show some shadow as well. And just click on this visual border. You can like make the corner round as well, like rounded corners, and you can increase or decrease the size as well, right? I think this one is the perfect, right? This one better one, right? Now what you want to apply the same formatting with the sales dashboard. Now what you have to do, you don't need to apply the formatting again and again and do the same task again and again. Just do one thing. Yes, any question, anyone? Said the recorded videos is permanent, like can be repeatedly seen. Yes. You can watch recorded videos multiple time, but I'll suggest like watch it once only, because otherwise वो बाद में फिर हम देख नहीं पाते. Okay, so you can just simply check I'm recording all contents, right? So ये आपको मिल जाएगा. Perfect. Okay, so in this way we have created this dashboard. No, not only dashboard, we have created these KPIs, right? Now it's your task to use all the icons like for the total profit, total. I'll give you the file, okay? The extension of this file is .pbix. .pbix is the Power BI extension file, right? Now I want to apply the same formatting to this sales dashboard. Just click on this format painter and apply this painter just like we do in Excel as well, right? Now in this way you have created the sales dashboard like the formatting like this. Okay, you can adjust manually or you can use the keyboard up down arrow as well, right? For like proper alignment if you want it. Let me just align it properly. Okay, now what about the rest area? In rest area you can use the visuals, and always remember there is no sense of like particularly play with the colors. See, the thing is that here we are not creating a rangoli kind of something, this something stuff, right? We need to particularly present a dashboard, and it's very like important to use the color efficiently and wisely. And sometimes a business analyst need to write all these font size colors in a draft, right? वो हमें draft में लिखना पड़ता है, right? What kind of font, what kind of theme we generally will use, right? Okay, Right now we are just exploring the Power BI na, so we can use theme analysis, the color font as per my requirement or as per my visual appearance. But when it comes to like the company's work, we need to particularly format all these things based on the company's requirement or the company's theme. Suppose if I am creating dashboard related to the Netflix, so I need to use the theme as per the Netflix theme or the font or the size they uses, right? Now let me use any of the visuals, right? And in like particularly types of stories, we know that now we can particularly use any types of trend analysis, the comparison and the breakdowns, right? Now what you have to do, just open the Power BI, and I'll use the pie chart, right? The pie chart will try to give me the sectorial analysis or the segment analysis of whatever the data set that we have, right? So once you click any, like in any of the visual, you have to use all these fields values, right? What you want to analyze, always drop values like numerical values in the values option, right? Suppose I want to analyze my sales, I want to analyze my sales based on what? I want to analyze my sales based on like the segment that we have. So मैंने segment को drop कर दिया, and now you can just say okay, in this way we can create a pie chart now. But the thing is that the pie chart is very like very small. Okay, if I want to like see what exactly the data like and the values are there, so you can just do one thing, you can click on this focus mode and it will try to focus that particular visual, and then you can analyze, okay, the government has contributed the 44%. But if we have not created this kind of visual, and if we are just only relying on this data set, I cannot particularly say that the government has contributed the 44% of the overall sales. ये बात हमें इस visual को देख के ही पता लगा है, right? Now what I want to apply the same formatting to that particular visual. Now you can just simply check that same visual got will get the same formatting like rounded corners and all, right? Now let me just pick the another visual. Now see that is the importance of like the business analyst. Now you need to particularly create a draft. It's not like कि randomly जो मन आया वो हम create कर लेंगे. You have to write it in the drafts, like what exactly the types of stories or the breakdowns or the comparison that you want to show, right? Whether you want to show the outliers or the correlation, we'll try it. See, we have multiple things to do, and believe me, I have worked as a business analyst, and there was a time that I had to create particularly 70 to 80 pages of like the reports using the Power BI itself, right? So right now we are just creating a single page dashboard, but when you work as a business analyst, वो 40 50 70 80 भी जा सकता है. So it's very important, and I'll have 50 plus of dashboard, and I'll give you the same or over the link, वो आप देख लेना, explore कर लेना, right? Now what about this donut chart? As suppose I want to analyze my profit, so drop the profit inside the values. Now I want to analyze profit based on what? I can simply pick the country as well, I can pick the segment as well. Segment के बेस पे मैंने sales analyze किया, segment के बेस पे मैं profit भी analyze कर सकता हूँ. Now I can say कि the government contributing the 65% of the profit, and rest by the other segments, right? So but we are not getting the same level of insight using this data set. So it's very important for a BI developer or to business analyst to create that level of dashboard, so that you can get the real time insight at your fingertips, right? The fingertip is like कि अभी मैं phone में access करना चाहूँ, I can easily access this dashboard like in my Android phone or my Apple phone as well. But the limitation of the Power BI is like you can only work with the Power BI in the Windows operating system, right? If you want to use this Power BI dashboard in your Apple Mac environment, you cannot do this. Like for you have to use the virtual environment, VMware setup and all. So I always insist use some like Windows product or Microsoft Windows laptop, so that you can use Power BI in your laptop as well, right? Now just click on this, go to this format painter and apply the same formatting over the same visual, right? Okay. Now what about the rest area? Okay, suppose I want to analyze, you need to like particularly already write down all these things, what you want to analyze and what are the different pages you need for whatever the analysis that you are looking for, right? Okay, so let me just pick this clustered column chart, right? This one is not a clustered one, right? This one is the clustered bar chart. Okay, now I'll give the area like this, and suppose inside this bar chart I want to analyze my country. See, because I have picked this bar chart, so bar chart is like it changes their axis, y ban jata hai x, x ban jata hai y. So I'll generally pick country in x-axis, it's like the categorical data inside x-axis, but right now it's a bar chart, so मैं y-axis में paste करूँगा और drop करूँगा. What about the x-axis? I can analyze sales, profit, the gross sales, like the gross profit or anything, right? Suppose I want to analyze the sales price or anything, right? So let me just drop the profit, right? It could be the better one, or you can use the gross sales as well, right? So you will get some detail like this. Now you can just simply say कि सर यहाँ दिख तो रहा कुछ है नहीं. Of course यहाँ कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है. You can use the focus mode ना, right? That focus mode give you the overall analysis. You can use the tooltips as well, right? You just simply hover over any data and you will get the like overall insight of that relay data, right? Now just click on this, again click on this format painter and apply the same format on this, right? Now what you want to analyze, you want to analyze the trend analysis. Here we have written now, we can particularly do the trend analysis, that is the changes over time with the help of time series analysis, right? So what I'll do, let me pick that. If you want to analyze the time series analysis, you need to use the line chart, right? So it's again always important for a business analyst to select the chart, select the visual based on the analysis. It's not like कि मैं randomly कुछ भी use कर लूँ, right? Why I am using the donut chart, why I am using the pie chart, right? Why it's like the clustered bar chart. I can use like any sort of visual. Instead of like this, I can use the funnel chart as well, right? I can use the like the ribbon chart as well. So it's completely based upon the requirement. It's not like कि आप randomly आपका मन कर रहा है आप कुछ भी use कर लें, right? Now what about this line chart? I know that this line chart gives you the trend analysis, the forecast analysis. So what I'll do, in x-axis I'll always drop the date and time data. Let me drop the date value, and this date value like is a formation of hierarchical data like yearly data, quarterly data, monthly data and day data. You can easily cut if you don't want any of the hierarchy, right? What about the y-axis? You can analyze the sales as well, and you can analyze the profit as well, right? But here we are getting the straight line because we have only 2 years of data, that is like 2013 and 2014. So now we can just simply say, okay, I don't want the yearly data, suppose I want the monthly data. So we have these like multiple options, like go to next level in the hierarchy. If I just simply click on this will give you the like yearly plus monthly analysis. If I just click on this will give you the yearly plus monthly analysis again, like, and you can particularly analyze your data. एंड दिस ऑप्शन इज अ ड्रिल अप ऑप्शन, राइट? आप ड्रिल अप आकर के आप हायरार्की में ऊपर आ सकते हैं, and this is for the drill down option. Like if you just click on this, let me just go to the focus mode, right? If you just click on this is like the go to next level in the hierarchy. I know that yearly के बाद मेरा quarter है, this will try to give me the quarterly analysis. Now imagine the situation, right? In just a single click I can analyze my data like based on the quarterly, and I can say कि quarter 1 to quarter 3 I am not doing good, but when it comes to quarter 3 to quarter 4 there is a like a gradual or like a exponential growth, like for the quarter 4, right? And I can again click on this, and this will give you me this will give me the seasonality analysis. It's like from January to August the sales are not particularly up to that level, but after August there is like increment or jump in the sales, and followed by the October and September. Now again you can write or give insight and remark with the while analyzing this data, right? So this one is like my monthly analysis. So it's like the time series analysis. We have analyzes the changes over time, right? Now you can play again with this visual as well, right? Suppose you want to format the same visual, just go to this and click on this format painter, right? And let me just adjust some like the spaces between all these visuals, right? Like this. What about this visual? You just go to this formatting option. You can use the zoom slider as well, like this one. You can shade the area if you want. You can use the data labels as well, very one like important one. You can go to the markers. You can change the markers as well, right? If you want to change the markers area, right? Let me just go to the markers, and I can just simply say show for all category, and I can change the marker size as well, like the fill square, the rectangular or the diamond boxes and all, right? I can change the color, I can give the border as well. So you know that you can explore all this in Power BI, right? It gives you the edge, it gives you the overall control to like as a business analyst कि आप उस पूरे data पे काम कर सकते हैं, right? Now what about this area? I can analyze this I can pick this area for like the scatter plot as well. I can do the breakdown analysis as well. But let me just pick the clustered column chart, right? And with the help of this clustered column chart, what I want to analyze, I want to analyze my country. I want to analyze my country with I have used the gross sales over there, right? I want to analyze the country with the profit, and legend with the gross legend with the discount band, right? I have multiple discount band, right? The discount bands are like high discount band, low discount band, median, and none. Now I can say ki this one is the low discount band, right? In France, Germany, Canada, United States, and Mexico. If I just simply click on this, so I'll get the low discount bands gives the high profit, right? So I can say कि जिस पे डिस्काउंट कम है वो प्रॉफिट ज़्यादा दे रहा है, एंड जिस पे डिस्काउंट ज़्यादा है, व्हाट अबाउट दी हाई वन, राइट? जिस पे डिस्काउंट ज़्यादा है, इट लाइक कनाडा में एंड यूएसए में कंट्रीब्यूटिंग एटलीस्ट अप टू गुड लेवल, बट फ्रांस में अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं कर रहा है. सो आई हैव सम एनालिसिस राइट नाउ, right? And based on that, now I can particularly take decision based on the analysis that I have performed, right? So in this way you can analyze your data as well, right? Now the best part is that, what exactly the best part is, the best part is you can click on any of the visuals and you can further reanalyze your data as well. If I just want, like if I just simply click on this Canada, now just see here, I am getting like the real time KPIs, yes or no? Everyone, every faculties, let me know, I'm getting the real time changes in the KPIs na, right? Every faculties, बताइए. If I just simply click on the France, I'll get the updated values of the total profit, right? Total profit that I have achieved, France is like 3.78 millions. What about the total sales, right? It's like close to 24. It's not like कि मुझे manually check नहीं करना पड़ रहा है. I can just simply click on this and here you can see the overall data and analysis, right? uh, you are getting the real time data, and if you'll get the real time data, you will get the real time analysis. Just need to click on any of the visual. That feature is called interactivity, right? If you want to turn it off, you can turn it off, right? Power BI gives you the particularly concept. If you want to like if you want to like off the inactivity, so you can do the same, right? Let me just click on the format painter and apply the same format painter. Right now, Power BI gives you the view option where you can change the theme as well. Let me just go to this black theme, and you have like change the theme in just a one single go, right? In this way we can create the dashboard, right? It's a very simple dashboard that we have created inside Power BI. But the best part is that now here comes the formatting option, right? It's like the sales dashboard, you can play with the color as well, right? Let me just pick this color, right? I want to like I want the theme like this, मैं इसी theme पे मैं लेके चलना चाहता हूँ. And I'll go to this, I'll simply pick the call out values, and let me, instead of white color, let me pick the call out values I like yellow colors, like all call out values are in yellow color. But the problem is that I am not getting the total sales value. So what you can do, just simply reduce the size. Now you will get the total sales value, right? Like this. Okay, now what about the like reference labels? You know that all these are reference labels, right? You can just go to the call out values, and you have the label as well. All these are my label. Just go to the label, and again you can change the color. Let me pick the color related to my theme, and like this. Okay, I can pick the theme like the total sales, total profit, like this. What about this one? Like I can apply the conditional formatting to this area, to this one, and to complete one, right? Let me pick this one. I want, see, I have used the gross sales, right? But I want to apply some conditional formatting. So just go to this bars, and you will get the color option. Inside the color option you will get this conditional formatting, right? Conditional formatting is somewhat similar to like the conditional formatting that we performed in Excel as well, right? So click on this FX, and you will get the multiple options, right? What you want, I want to apply some color gradient, right? Okay, what kind of color gradient that you want to apply, and based on what data? So it should be like based on the numerical data, not on the like the categorical data. Right now it's categorical data. So just go to this data, click on this all data, click on this financials, and suppose I want to give the gradient related to the profit, right? And I can pick the minimum value. Let me pick the minimum value as the yellow shade, and the maximum value with the greenish shade, right? So once you click on this, you will get like this. Okay, that is very strange, right? You are getting very high gross sales, but the profit part is very close to low, right? Because you know that na कि ये जो area है मेरा, that is at low profitable. See, the thing is that कि Germany में we are particularly doing the second lowest sales, but when it comes to profitable part, it gives me the high profit, because we know that the color ranges, right? Now if you want to show the profit as well on the finger, like on the tool tips, so what you can do, just go to the format, you have this option which is like the tool tips, you can drop the profit as well, and you can cross verify the same, right? See, the thing is that the overall profit is like 29.95. It's like 29 lakh 95,000. And when you choose this, it's like 36,000, 36 lakh 80,000. So you can say, irrespective of high sales, but you are getting the low profit. Like, because the country USA has high gross sales, but the profit margin is very less. But how particularly we get this type of conclusion, right? Because we have used the conditional formatting. Now if you want to apply the same conditional formatting here also, so just do one thing, click the format painter, apply the same conditional formatting, you will get like this. Okay, click this format painter, apply the same conditional formatting, you will get the data like this, right? Because you are getting na, you know that na ki highest, like the green color saturation shows the highest in profit or highest in sales, so it will reflect the same data, right? You do one thing, just click on this format painter and apply the same inside the the line chart as well, right? And go to this format again, on the data labels you can just go to the lines, you can select the color or change the color. Right now just select the color as per the theme what you are using, and in this way, like particularly we can create this type of dashboard, right? What about this one? If you want to again further apply conditional formatting, you can apply the same, right? But you know that now we are already using legend option, so there is no use of like applying a conditional formatting. So in this way we have created this dashboard, right? And we know that how to create a dashboard inside a Power BI, and that is the main role of a Power BI developer, and sometimes the business analysts need to do the same thing, right? But we know that there is a concept of a slicer as well, and believe me faculties, if you know the Power BI or any BI tool very well, you can analyze any complex data in just a fingertips, right? Why I'm saying the fingertips, let me just show you. I know that the canvas size are very less, right? So what I'll do, I'll click on this format, canvas setting, let me increase the width to like 2000. Okay, 2000 is very high, let me make it 1700. Yeah, this one is perfect. Now what I'll do, I'll just readjust all the KPIs, right? Like this. And I will use the rest area for my slicers, right? I'll use the rest area for my slicer, and let me like give some spaces. Okay, इतना हम यहाँ पर साइड में space देते हैं like this. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, like this, perfect, right? Now I'll use this space for my slicer. What kind of slicer? So suppose, just go to this slicer, and you'll have a additional slicer which is like the button slicer as well. Now what you want to slice the data, you want to slice the data based on what? Suppose I can slice my data based on country as well, I can slice my data based on segment as well, I can slice my data based on product as well. If I just select the product, and let me just go to formatting and click on the slicer setting, instead of vertical list, let me pick the tile, right? And I can particularly give like the rest area like this. So now if I just simply click on any of the product, that particularly data, all the KPIs will change based on the product that I'll select. Okay, let me apply the same formatting to the slicer as well, right? Okay, now I have applied the same formatting. If you want to change the tile option, like the selection based on single select or the multiple select, you can just change this as well. Okay, let me do one thing. I think the tile one is the best one, right? मैं ऐसे ही इसे रहने देता हूँ like with the two portion, और like this one is the best one, just let me know. ये वाला ज़्यादा ठीक है या पहले वाला? I think this one is perfect, right? So just readjust all these slicers. Okay, now the thing is that just close these filters and close this visualization pane. Now you have this complete dashboard. You know that you can use the company's logo as well, right? So If I just simply click on this Australia or no, sorry, Amerlia, right, you will find कि all KPIs values will try to change based on the data that I'll select, right? Again, if I just click on this, it will try to particularly interact with all the slicers here, all the visuals that I have used here. Yes or no? Faculties, yes or no, right? In this way, we can particularly create the dashboard using the Power BI. And now just this is just a single page dashboard. That's why I am saying this as a dashboard, right? Now what about if I just want to clean my data? If the data is not clean, we have to like particularly work on data cleaning as well. We have multiple functions. We need to work on dex function as well. We have the time intelligence functions. We have the basic dex functions, right? So we can particularly plan based on that, right? So in this way we can create a dashboard. Now just let me know ki will that this dashboard is good or not, and you are like able to find some insight इस dashboard को समझ के everyone every like respected faculties बताइए. डॉक्टर ऐश्वर्या मैम, डॉक्टर सतीश सर, डॉक्टर आशीष सर. See, I'm trying my best to like give you the best in just a given span of time, right? So that you can particularly analyze in just a one single go. बताइए. We can create a dashboard like this. Any question related to this? Yes or no? Okay. Now let me just do one thing. Go to the filters option and go to the visualization option. Let me off this filters and you can give the data labels as well. So यहाँ पर भी मुझे data labels दिख जाए, right? Now I have all these slicers and I know that कि I am getting the overall values or the KPIs based on the data set or based on the like slicers that I am using. Okay. Yes. Any question related to this? Understood, sir. Very good, ma'am. Okay. So, if you'll work as a business analyst, you need to at least work how to create a dashboard inside Power BI so that the companies can particularly get their real time insight based on whatever the data set that they have, and it just only the tip of the iceberg, right? When it comes to Power BI development, there is a like overall curriculum more than 50 plus hours, right? But at least we need 30 plus hours to understand what exactly the dashboards are, right? And how to create reports and all paginated reports, how to automate all these things, right? Now we know that we can create multiple things: the trend analysis, the comparison, the breakdown. Now let me just show you the rest portion, right? See, this is the page 2. Suppose I want to break down my gross sales and profit by product, or suppose by segment, right? So I want to analyze the data like this. See, right now we have very limited data, right? But imagine the situation if we are getting multiple data. So in this way, we can particularly drill down our data as well, right? So let me do one thing. I'll do I'll do like the waterfall chart as well. Waterfall chart is for like further breaking down your data, right? I'll select this waterfall chart. It will try to ask what exactly that you want to analyze. So you can drop any categorical data. Suppose you want to analyze the country data, which country achieving the like which what kind of profit. So it will try to say ki France to like the Mexico. So it is like France has the highest one, then followed by Germany, then Canada, and then USA, and then the Mexico. Now, suppose the question is what you want to analyze why like the Germany has achieved like less profit comparatively to the France one. You want to break down your data, so you can particularly break down your data based on whatever the possibilities that you want. Suppose मैं segment के base पे करना चाहता हूँ, I can just simply pick my segment and drop the segment inside the breakdown. It will try to give me the data like it will say कि France has the total value like this, okay? And from France, we are like in France we are achieving 37 lakh of profit, and Germany it's like 36 lakh of profit. Why? Because the green are the segment like the small businesses doing good comparatively to the France one. It's like ये मतलब किस तरीके से काम करता है? It is like we are going from France to Germany, okay? So France to Germany may we have multiple segment. The segment is like small businesses, enterprises, the channel partners, government, and the mid market, right? So it will try to it will tries to like particularly give you the insight कि small businesses ने comparatively to France has achieved higher profit when it comes to Germany region या Germany country, right? Germany में स्मॉल बिजनेसेस परफॉर्म बेटर वन कंपैरेटिवली टू द फ्रांस, बट बाकी सेगमेंट ने जर्मनी में अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं किया है, बाकी सेगमेंट ने फ्रांस में अच्छा परफॉर्म किया था. दैट इज द रीजन यू आर गेटिंग लो प्रॉफिट कंपेयर टू फ्रांस. नाउ व्हाट अबाउट जर्मनी से भी कम क्यों है मेरा कनाडा में? ओके, देर आर सम सेगमेंट्स जो मेरा जर्मनी से भी अच्छा काम कर रहे थे, लाइक स्मॉल बिजनेसेस जर्मनी के कंपेयर में. इट्स लाइक कनाडा में स्मॉल बिजनेसेस डूइंग गुड, कनाडा में चैनल पार्टनर्स डूइंग गुड, कनाडा में आपका मिड मार्केट डूइंग गुड. बट कनाडा में क्या अच्छा नहीं काम कर रहा है जर्मनी के कंपेयर में? इट्स लाइक द एंटरप्राइजेस और द गवर्नमेंट. सो वी कैन फर्दर प्लान ना कि government segment generally not give you the high profit in Canada. So it's like now we have to identify and to analyze why the governments are not doing good when it comes to like segment. See, we know that कि सबसे ज़्यादा प्रॉफिट मेरा कहाँ से आ रहा है? इट्स लाइक फ्रॉम गवर्नमेंट. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू लाइक कनाडा, जस्ट सिंपली चेक कि कनाडा में मेरा गवर्नमेंट से ज़्यादा नहीं आ रहा है. दैट्स वाई वी वांट टू लाइक एनालाइज ना, हम ब्रेक डाउन फर्दर करना चाहते हैं. सो इन दिस वे वी कैन एनालाइज माई further data. Right now when it comes to Canada से USA की तरफ, so again the government is not doing good, so the government sector is not doing good in America as well. मतलब कनाडा में भी अच्छा नहीं कर रहा था, प्लस अमेरिका में तो कनाडा से भी ज़्यादा बुरा हाल है. सो इन दिस वे वी कैन एनालाइज आर लाइक the waterfall chart, and we can analyze our breakdown analysis. Right now just do one thing on your data labels and how it works. See, it's like the total profit of your France, and this is the total profit of your Germany. So just do one thing, 3.78 million में ये वैल्यू ऐड कर दो एंड सारे वैल्यूज को माइनस कर दो, यू विल गेट दिस वैल्यू 3.68. जस्ट गो टू द फोकस मोड. 3.68 million में just add all these values and subtract all these values, you will get 3.5 million. Again 3.53 million में add this value, the green one, and subtract all rest values, you will get the 3 million. Right, so in this way you can further break down your profit or sales with the help of a waterfall chart. So it's again very important for a Power BI developer or for a business analyst to understand like what kind of like the data we want to represent and what kind of visual we should use for like the representation of that data, right? So I can just simply say this is like the breakdown of what? The breakdown of your country segment wise, the breakdown of country segment wise. So you can write like this, okay? Breakdown of country segment wise, right? Just let me just breakdown of country segment wise, right? So in this way we can further analyze our data. Right now if you want to further again, you can use this dashboard like this visual as well. Right now we are creating like the multiple pages, so we can say we are not creating the dashboard, we are just creating the reports, right? And it's like you have to be like a particularly very symmetric one. So just use all the KPIs, right? If you want to show, and use the KPIs here also, so that you can show the KPIs. And do one thing, it's like because we need to particularly change the canvas size as well, right? Because जो पहले वाले पेज का canvas size है is something different, and यहाँ पर मेरा canvas size अलग है. So just do one thing, go to this page, check the canvas size. The canvas size is like 980 by 1700, and again apply the same thing. Go to this canvas setting, and it's like custom 900 by 1700 like this, okay? Now you can further use the same KPIs like this, okay? And you can use all this. Like if you want to use the slicer, you can again use the slicer as well. Let me pick the slicer, and you can use the slicer here also. So in this way, like I don't want to sync it right now. The sync means कि मैं यहाँ slice करूँगा तो पीछे वाला भी ये मेरा change हो जाएगा. This is like the sync option works. Okay, so based on this, like it will try to particularly further break down my data based on the slicer, right? So in this way I can like break down my data with the help of a waterfall chart or a waterfall visuals like I'll have. Right now, what about the AI and the forecasting that we can particularly perform? Right now let me just ignore this data, and I can pick the data from the different data set that I have. Right, I can call data from website as well, I can call data from CSV, लेट मी जस्ट शो यू ऑल दिस थिंग्स राइट. मैं गेट डेटा पे गया, मैं एक्सेल से मंगा सकता हूँ. आई कैन गेट डेटा फ्रॉम एसक्यूएल सर्वर, फ्रॉम वेबसाइट, फ्रॉम ब्लैंक क्वेरी एज वेल. जस्ट क्लिक ऑन दिस मोर ऑप्शन, यू विल गेट 100+ ऑप्शन राइट. यू कैन गेट डेटा फ्रॉम जेसन एज वेल, फोल्डर से मंगा सकते हैं, एसक्यूएल सर्वर डेटाबेसेस से राइट, postgre, mysql. You can analyze any data set that you have right. Now let me just show you how to particularly get data from web page right. So let me write web. You know that if you want to get data from web page, it should it will try to web scrap the data. And always remember not to directly give the sensitive website data right, otherwise it will hang your power bi. So in like from web option we have two different options कि मैं कहाँ से मंगाना चाहता हूँ. The first is like either I can pick from the basic one or with the advanced one right. So just always use the basic one. If you want to use the advanced one, you need to particularly give some parameters. Like it is just like the same concept we perform in web scraping when we are doing web scraping with the help of python right. Let me just select this the basic one, and now what I'll do, I'll try to like particularly scrap the website data. Suppose what kind of like the data I want to scrap. Let me just go to Bloomberg. Okay, and Bloomberg rich list right. I want to particularly scrap this data right. Bloomberg billionaires index right. We know that this is the tabular data right. Let me just copy the URL and paste it here right. If the Power BI able to like uh, scrap this website, it will like try to perform. Okay, otherwise अगर कोई issue होगा it will show you the same right. Now what you have to do, use this anonymous right. It will have another option which is called the web API. The web API means you are legalized, you are using or you are scrapping or you are getting data in a legal way. लीगल वे मीन्स कि आपको एक एपीआई टोकन मिला हुआ है, यू नीड टू पास द एपीआई की एज वेल. सपोज if I want the Bloomberg data, I need to like plan, I need to buy some plan with the help of API key, and the Bloomberg will give me the API key. Then I'll use my API key to scrap those data right. But right now I want to scrap it anonymously, so I will use this anonymous. If it is possible तो Power BI आपको लाके दे देगा. If it is not possible, it will try to like give you the same option right. Access to the resource is forbidden. That's why I'll always recommend if we have a two different option. I can simply call data from like the legal way or the illegal way. The legal way is like the API procedure right, and the illegal way is like it will say ki unable to connect. The access of the resource is forbidden right. Now what I have to do, I can simply click on the edit link, and it will say ki if I don't use this URL, can I use my Python approach? Of course I can. I need to write some Python coding, I will get the data from. So you don't need to particularly learn all these things right. But I'll suggest अगर आपको थोड़ा बहुत आता है, that could be beneficial for you कि how to analyze or how to get data from Python as well right. Now what I'll want, I sorry, I want to get data like from like the free sources that I have. Suppose we have like the Wikipedia data. So what I'll do, let me write now कि Wikipedia instead of Bloomberg Wikipedia rich list right. बट द प्रॉब्लम वी नो दैट कि विकीपीडिया का डेटा इतना जल्दी अपडेट नहीं होता, ब्लूमबर्ग्स का डेली अपडेट होता रहता है. नाउ inside this Wikipedia data, it will try to scrap whatever possible tables that they have, like this one from 1 to 10. All these are like your rich list right. And 2024 you can particularly explore all 2023, 2022, 2021 and all right. Now what I'll do, I'll again copy the same URL. Now suppose you know that ना कि वेबसाइट का ये विकीपीडिया का डेटा रियल टाइम अपडेट नहीं होगा. बट द थिंग इज दैट कि कभी तो अपडेट होगा, लाइक मंथली अपडेट होगा, क्वार्टरली अपडेट होगा. सो यू कैन चेंज योर रिपोर्ट एज वेल, वो रिपोर्ट भी आपका चेंज हो जाएगा. नाउ व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, again paste the same link, click on this OK button, and it will try to connect with the Wikipedia data. We know that the Wikipedia data is a free of source right. So यहाँ पर मैं Power BI में मैं easily get कर सकता हूँ से right. See, this will give you the navigation window right. Inside this navigation pane I can simply select my all HTML tables right For that I need to write the Python coding, but it will give me the overall HTML table. This one is first one, right? I don't want this, so I can simply ignore this. Just click on this table one. This is like something basic data. Just click on this table 2. Okay, yeah, this one is the perfect one, like the one Elon Musk and something, this value, the like age is this, nationality is this, and the primary source, right? I know that this table 2 is a part of like the 2025th data. So what I'll do, I'll just simply click on this. I know that this is my 2025 and this one is my like 2024 and this one is 2023, this one is 2022 and this one is 2021. I think I'll have like 2021 tak ka data. Let me check. In 2021 the first one is Jeff Bezos and the 10th one is Mukesh Ambani. So 2025 4 2 and the first one is Jeff Bezos and the last one is Mukesh Ambani. Okay, suppose I want to get data from like 2025 to 2021 table 6, like this one. So what I'll do, I'll select all these data. Now it will try to scrap all these data, right? But the thing is that we are scrapping this data, so we cannot particularly directly click on load icon, right? I need to transform this data, and I have already explained, if I need to transform my data, it will open a Power Query window. The Power Query window is just like an ETL tool. The ETL tool is like, I am extracting data from where? From website data, right? Just click on this transform option, right? It will try to process the queries. It will open the Power Query editor, right? The Power Query editor, you can transform your data. The transform your data means you can like play with your data. You can play and like you can do any transformation whatever required, right? Suppose I want, I don't want this dollar icon, right? I know that key, this is my 177. All they are like the billionaires, right? Table 2 भी billionaires हैं, table 3 भी billionaires है, all they are like billionaires. So what I'll do, the very basic thing is that this is not a table 2, right? The first thing that I need to do is 2020. It's like a 2025, right? Now the second thing is that it's a 2024. So all these are the transformation that I am doing in the Power Query editor. What exactly this Power Query editor? This Power Query editor is an ETL tool. What is ETL? So ETL is just like extract, transform and load. Okay, it will help you to extract data from any of the sources, right? And you can transform your data as per your requirement, and then again we will load the data inside the databases. But right now we are loading data inside Power BI, right? So I'll just simply transform all these things. 2023, let me write this as 2020, 2025, 24, 23, 22, and the last one is 21, right? 2021, right? Now the thing is that I'll have multiple columns, right? The serial number, name, net worth, their age, their nationality, and the source of the well. Let me check, like, do I have the same number of column, nationality, age, like the 5 columns? Yes or no? Again we have the 5 columns, name, net worth, age. See, but I want to add a single column that shows this data belongs to 2024 data. So what I'll do, I'll create an additional column. Okay, so for that I'll go to this add column, and I can simply go to this column from example, or I can simply like right click this, use this custom column. The custom column will try to create an additional column. What I'll do, I'll click on this custom column, and what I want a new column name कि ये किस year का data. This is like going to be a year, and let me write the value like this one is a 25, right? And just click on this, and it will create a, it will like add an additional column with the name year and with the additional values like 2025. See, the thing is that in Power Query Editor you cannot particularly press Control Z. There is no such option. आप undo नहीं जा सकते, आप back नहीं जा सकते. If like somehow आपने कोई गलत स्टेप अप्लाई कर दिया, you need to particularly cut those step, right? Applied steps में आप जा करके you can simply cut all those steps, right? See, I want to apply all those steps with the 2024 as well, 2023 maybe. Okay, so again I'll click on this custom column, and let me write the year, and it's like close to 2024, and I'll hit enter. See, it's like 2025 है मेरे पास. Yes, we have 2024. Again I'll use the custom column. See, it's like we are transforming our data based on our requirement, right? So let me write 2023 and again use okay button, right? Now what about 2022? Just go to this custom column, again select the year. See all these tasks, if I know some sort of coding ना, तो ये मुझे करने की requirement नहीं है. I can automate it, right? But 2022, okay, and let me click on this, okay. And what about the 2021? It's like again I will use the same option year, and it's like close to 2021, okay. Now the thing is that I have multiple years, like the year 2021, the year like 2022, but the thing is that you should be very specific with the like the case, right? Year. And what about 2023? It's like again use the capital, right? You can particularly use like this, okay. The fourth one with the 2024, you can make it like year as well. The 2025, okay, this one. See, I'm like particularly giving you the approach. Now I have five multiple tables. Now I want to make it one single table, right? I don't want to get all data from this. I want to make it a single table. Now what I'll do, I'll go to this home option. We have this option which is called the append query. Inside this append query, what I want to really append in like 2021 के बाद I want to append the all data, right? So for that what I'll do, okay, so before I just directly append, no, let me just append first and then I'll apply the second step, right? So just go to this append query, use this append query as new, and it will ask कि आप just two table add करना चाहते हो or you want to append like three or more tables. So just go to this and you can select or just simply double click on this 2022, then 2023. I am just double clicking on this like 2024 and 2025, right? And simply click on OK button, and believe me, you will get your all table in just a like one this approach. The problem was like कि the source of wealth and the primary source of wealth, you know that कि source of wealth and the primary source of wealth is the same thing, right? Yes or no? But the problem with that is just like uh, the problem with the column name, right? Now suppose I have used this approach कि मैंने कर लिया इसे अब append. Now what I want all these values inside my null values, like, so for what I'll do, I can simply say either I can use the DEX approach as well, right? But I can simply say ki just do one thing. I can use the if else, if and else as well, right? But let me do one thing. Just go to this add column and write just do one thing, just replace this null, just replace this null as, replace null values, replace this null as nothing, right? Replace this null as nothing. Now you have these values, and again apply the same thing, replace this null values as nothing, right? Now we have all those values like the source wealth and the primary source wealth. Now what I want an additional column that could use particularly like this column plus this column, right? So for that what I do, I'll select this add column and column from example. I will pick from selection, right? Now what I'll do, from selection may I'll select this column and this column, right? And I'll give some hint, right? I'll give the Amazon as a hint, and it will try to pick all the values. That is good, right? वो सारा इसने values यहाँ पर pick कर लिया, and just pick all the values, right? Now it's not like कि आप just इसको pick कर रहे हैं. Just see one thing here, it not getting those values, and just again give the example, right? यहाँ तक तो सही example है, but again the example is like कि you have to give the this example like Tesla and comma SpaceX, right? SPACE and SpaceX, and hit enter, like, and it will try to read out all this data. Now you have the combined data, like ये Amazon भी आ गया मेरे पास, and यहाँ पर you can just read out the Microsoft and all, right? And again you know that this is the new custom column name. If you just double click on this, you can give the source wealth, right? SOURCE, source of wealth. SOURCE, source of wealth, right? And hit enter and click on OK button. Now you have your final column, the final column which represent, okay, this is the data. Now we don't want this like source and something like this, so what you will do, just simply double click on this and say remove other remove this column, right? Now you have your final data, okay. And I don't think there is any problem related to this, but again we have a problem. The problem was like we have the serial number like 1 2 3, but again it will start with like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 and 1 2 3. Now the thing what I want, I know that all these are my ranking, so instead of number, just say this as a rank, right? The ranking, rich ranking, right? Rich ranking. And you can and if you want additional like 1 2 3 4 series, just go to this home, just transform tab, and you can get like the index option. Okay, I'll click on this add column, and I'll have the index option as well. Let me just go to this transform. You will get index column. Where is the index column? Let me just check that. Transfers, reverse rows as there, count rows, index. We have some option which is like the index, right? Let me just check the roundings. Where is the index, right? This one is move, this one is fill. Fill, replace value, no, I don't want to use the replace value. We have pivot column, detect data type. See, all these are my like the options that I can particularly, yeah, this one, like inside the add column we have this index column, right? So what I'll do, I'll just simply click on this index column, and I want to start my index from 1. Now I have this like index column which is like ranking proper index 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now because we have like the 5 years of data, so we have 50 rich lists, right? Now I know that that particularly shows appended one is a final table. So I can just simply say this one is the final rich list, right? Final rich list. Now what I want to particularly load this data. I have transformed this data, right? But again, the transform is not done yet. We know that कि ये जो net worth है ना, this net worth is like in $1 billion in a textual data. This will try to show you the data type, right? This one is like 1 2 3 numerical data, textual data, again textual data. This age is like the textual data, nationality, the textual data. We have the textual data, right? But what I want all these billions values, right, in just a numerical one. So what I'll do, I'll go to this add column, right? And I'll click on this like this one is my the textual data. So I can simply use this like from text, and I can like say कि either I can like trim my data or make it like to lowercase or uppercase. But what I want the text before the delimiter, and I know that the delimiter is like instead of like text before the delimiter, let me use text between the delimiters. The first delimiter is dollar sign, and the second delimiter is the space sign, and I know that between this data there is a numerical data. So what I'll do, I'll use this text between delimiter. The first is my dollar sign and the second is my space, and let me click on OK icon, and it will give me the numerical value, and you can just check, right? It's like text between. Okay, I am also getting like the space. Okay, like the billion values as well. Okay, so what you have to do, you can just simply say I don't want the billion value, right? Just go to this and the end delimiter. Okay, you can also say the billion is a delimiter, right? B-I uh, double L-I-O-N, billion is a delimiter, right? And it should give the numerical value only, right? And you can just check why I'm not getting the value. Let me just check it once again. Okay, we have this data. Okay, by mistake we have removed the index column. Let me just add it once again, like, okay, we have the added index value, right? Now this is the data. Now the thing is that we have the billion space and the numerical value, right? So I'll just simply go to this and I can say between the range as well, but I want the text between delimiters, right? So let me just write the start delimiter is dollar, and the end delimiter is like space BILLION, right? And let me just run it. Okay, there might be chances ki there will be some like the issues related to my the billion values, right? So let me again apply the extract option, and I'll say text before delimiter, and I'll say the delimiter is like the space, and it should give me the numerical value, right? But it's not giving me the numerical value. Let me just check. It's like the billion. Okay, do one thing. So instead of like using the text before the delimiter, what I'll do, I'll replace the values, right? So okay, these are the like the metadata. This is the problem, right? Now what you have to do, you have to just copy all this data. See, these are the problem that we in generally face, right? So actually this was not a space, right? This was the metadata. Now what you have to do, you have to copy this metadata and apply all these metadata, right? And what you want to do, you want to replace all this metadata with the nothing, right? And just run this and you will get your final answer, right? And now what you have to do, you have to convert this abc to the numerical data. Now you can simply convert this to like the decimal number, okay? And in this way we have converted this data, right? Now we have the billion value as well. All these are the $1 billion, we know that, right? This one like my index value, the Amazon source, right? The year value as well, the nationality, the age, the overall net worth in US dollar. And I can do the same thing, right? Instead of text between delimiters, let me do one thing. I'll say it's again a net worth, right? It's a net worth uh, in dollars, right? So I'll write this net worth in dollars like this, okay? Let me hit enter. So this one is like my column name. Like now this is the final rich list. I have extracted this column. So you know that key I can particularly transform my data using the Power Query editor, right? And sometimes we need to understand all these concepts, right? So that's why it's very important, right? Now do one thing. Just we know that key we don't want to load this data, right? So do one thing, just right click on this and say enable load to uncheck, right? Because we don't want to data, because we have appended all this data into the final one, right? So just uncheck and make it like enable load to off, okay? So it will like convert this basic data to the italic font, right? आप थोड़ा सा अगर ऑब्जर्व करेंगे तो, right? Let me again change this to like enable load को मैं ऑफ कर दूंगा. Now I have the final data set which is like the financial, and the second one is like the final rich list. Now I have applied the basic like the basic formatting related to like the data cleaning and all. If there is any requirement, like if you want to convert this to like textual data lowercase to uppercase, you can do the analysis as well, right? Okay, now let me do one thing. I'll simply close and apply, and it will take some time. You know that we got this data from website, right? It's not like the data we are getting from any excel file and all, right? Okay, any doubt, any faculty members? आई थिंक यहाँ तक आपको चीज़ें क्लियर हो रही होंगी. यस या नो एवरीवन? जस्ट लेट मी नो कि हाउ टू particularly do data transformation inside Power Query using the Power BI. We can do all these things, right? So it will take some time, right? Because it will try to evaluate, but we are not loading this data. We have just only used this data. So you can just simply check. यहाँ पर मेरे पास दो ही data आया. The first one is like the final rich list, and the second one is like the financials. Why? Because the thing is that we have used this only, right? Now what I'll do, I'll just try to analyze my data. I'll try to create another report or another dashboard, right? And I'll use this data set, right? We have the age column as well, right? Like this. So what I do, let me just first use let me just first check the column names that we have, right? The final rich list, okay? We have the Jeff Bezos as a name, and their source and the net worth, right? Now what you have to do, just simply pick one slicer, because it's very important, because we want to analyze the data based on different time zone, and you can use the year as well, right? But the thing is that you know that you need to convert this year into the numerical one, and right now it's not summarizing. So just do one thing, just go to this, and you can particularly uh, instead of data type as a text category, you can write this as a like the whole number, right? And yes, I am changing my data, and now this will show me the summarization option as well, right? Now drop this data. Now you will have the year option, right? And if you want to particularly change the range slicer as well, you can do the same, right? Now let me just copy the format paint, and I can apply the format paint over here, right? Okay, this is the slicer that I have. Now what I'll do, I'll try to use the KPIs, right? The cards, and this cards generally show me the top 10 wealth, right? And let me just show the wealth related to the net worth related to what I want to show. The net worth related to my the like the rich list that I have. Okay, so do one thing, just drop the overall like the net worth they have, but the thing is that it will try to sum up all the net worth, right? But I want net worth based on the slicers, right? Or I want net worth on overall data, right? So what I'll do, I'll again use the slicer, like instead of this, just do one thing, go to slicers and select this as a vertical list. Now I want to analyze the data for the like 2025, right? 2025 I want to analyze the data for all rich lists. Okay, so what I'll do, I need to create a like card. I need to particularly download all the images of the rich list. Then I need to show their ranking कि हर एक का कितना कितना net worth है and all, right? And do one more thing, just select this card, just select this card, and I'll give you how to do this, right? Just select this card and drop this net worth, drop this net worth. It will try to give the overall net worth, not the overall net worth. Just drop the net worth. Where is the data? Yeah, like this one, and not this one. You have to pick this one, right? And just select the like rich list name, and again select again a slicer and apply the name, right? You will get multiple name कि आप किसका analyze करना चाहते हैं. Now what I want to analyze the overall trend, right? We have multiple person like the Amazon, Jeff Bezos, like the Larry Ellison and all. So what I want to filter out the net worth of Elon Musk only, right? Not for the like the complete one. So what I'll do, I'll go to this filters. Now you will get the use of this filter. So what you want to do, you want to filter out, you want to filter out the net worth. So just drop this net worth, right? You want to filter out the net worth, or you want to filter out the okay, just drop the net worth. You want to filter out the net worth. Now based on what you want to filter out the net worth, based on let me pick the basic filtering, right? See, I don't want to filter out the data. I want to filter out my data based on like the Elon Musk. See, it should be like only for the Elon Musk, right? So what I do, just do one thing. Drop the name, right? Instead of dropping the value, drop the name, and I want to filter out this data for Elon Musk only. Now Elon Musk have like $342 billion in 2022 or 2025. Let me just cross verify this, right? In 2025, yeah, it's close to $342 billion. Now what you have to do, see, you have to particularly like call the Elon Musk image, and you can show the values as well, right? So how to do this, let me just do one thing. I'll do it very fast, right? मैं थोड़ा सा fast करूँगा इसे. So that open image in new tab and just save image as, and download this as like Elon. Okay, just go to Power BI, and now you have this option like the call out value. Okay, inside the call out value, or do one thing, if you're not getting the images option, you have to call the images manually, like which is the general option. But I want to use the card new so that I can get my not the bottom slicer, so that I can get my images option as well, right? So go to images and click on this image, choose the image type and select the Elon one, right? And now you have selected this Elon, and again adjust the pixel size as well. Let me make this 40. The 40 is very less, right? Let me make this 100. I think the 100 one is good, right? Or you can just like the 200 could be the far better one, right? And spaces you can use the 10, right? And do one thing, just go to their layout or call out values, and see, you have to create all the cards manually, right? So in this way you have to particularly work on, right? I, either yeah, you can drop multiple cards, but what we want the basic filtering one by one, so that we can particularly work on these things, right? Now we have selected this value. Just make this as like the 30, I think is the 30, or the 41 is the good, and you can change the color as well and make it horizontal alignment. I think the horizontal one is not good. I think this one is the better one, right? So in this way you can like particularly created this. Now what you want to show that like the billion data as well. It's like sum of net worth in $1 billion. So instead of this, just go to this and say in like total net worth. Okay, it's not sum of net worth, like total net worth. in $1 billion. Okay, total net worth in $1 billion, and in this way you have used this Elon Musk, right? And if you want to show the dollar sign as well, you have to use the concate option. Then you have to drop the values as well, right? We can do all these things, right? Now what about 2024? It's like 195, 180, 129, and all these things. Now you can just simply check now ki based on this all data set are changing, right? So you can just check ki okay, this is the scenario of a like uh, top 10 rich list. Now you have to create a dashboard like this: top 10 rich top 10 rich list. Now what you can do inside the top 10 rich list, so we want the multiple top 10 data, right? And if I just simply click on Jeff Bezos, you just check key there is like, because I have selected this Jeff Bezos, there is no data related to this. Of course, because the data is not a part of this like Elon Musk na, it will only try to reflect the Elon Musk data. Now what I'll do, so let me just do one thing. I'll, instead of like this, I'll just go to this slicer setting, and instead of vertical list, let me use this as a drop down option, right? And and I'll use this, go to the format option and use the same one, right? Like this, and now you have the multiple, the like the rich names. And if you want to particularly change the name as well, you can just billionaires, right? Rich person. Okay, so if you don't want this, you can simply ignore this as well, right? So now the thing is that right now it shows the all data, right? But it's very again problematic scene, right? Because it's not a current net worth, right? It should be, by default it should be selected to the recent one. So what you have to do, just go to this slicer setting, and again on the selections, you can just simply say he shows select option, right? Not this one. I don't want to apply on this one. Just select this year option, and you have like multiple select option, and just go to the single select, and now you can particularly select this, because at least you have to select any one of them, right? So in this way you can use the rich list like this. Now let me just copy all the rich list. The first one, see, I can use the ranking as well, कि इसका ranking क्या आ रहा है. I need to work on this, right? You know that it will take some time. Let me just do it very fast. Okay, control C, control V. I'll only show you the 5, right? Control V and control V, the fourth. And let me just keep it only for 4, right? Now this is for the Elon Musk. I don't want it for Elon Musk. The second one is for like, the second one is for like total net worth is not Elon Musk. Let me just open this and just remove the like the slicers, and just go to this and select this like for Amancia Ortega, right? And you know that now you need to again like download the image for the Amancia Ortega. Or let me show this like for Jeff Bezos, right? Instead of Amancia Ortega, let me show this for Jeff Bezos, and click on this apply. Now you know that uh, this one is, I think, Jeff Bezos, right? Again, go to this Google and you can download the Jeff Bezos. So I'll only show for like 2 Jeff Bezos. Let me pick this image. Okay, so in this way you can like analyze your data and see, it's like you need to work on this, you know that, right? Let me write this as Jeff, and again go to this formatting images, and cut this Elon image, go to browse and use this Jeff one, right? And apply the same thing, right? It's like the total net worth of like the Jeff Bezos. Okay, now you are getting the 342 billion value. Why? Because the value is selected with the Elon Musk. You need to pass the Jeff Bezos, right? And now it's for 2025, it's like for something this. If you want to show the ranking as well, you can show the ranking as well. Now for that, what you need to do, you need to again use the card. Okay, let me use the card and use we know that the ranking is like the rich ranking. Okay, I don't want to summarize the rich ranking. So for that, what I'll do, I'll just simply go to this and click on this don't summarize, right? I'll give the ranking based on that, right? It is like the sum of, let me just create this once again. मैं कार्ट पे गया है एंड आई यूज द रिच रैंकिंग. I don't want the count of rich ranking. I want like, if I just simply select the Jeff Bezos, right? It should show the Jeff Bezos ranking, right now it's showing me the rank, okay, but I want the real value, right? So when it comes to 2014 and 2015, it should show me the value, right? So I need something. Let me just check the ranking value, right? इसका rank 2020 15 2025 में कितना है, right? So for that I need to work on, instead of particularly getting this, you do one thing. Let me just create a table, and inside this table what I'll do, I'll drop all rich ranking 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and based on what, let me clear these slicers, right? Okay, I don't know like which slicers are active right now. So what you have to do, just go to insert tab and click on these buttons and select this as clear all slicers, and you can just click on this clear all slicers and you will clear out all the slicers, right? The rich person, why I have used this like the filter on this visual, यहाँ मुझे कुछ यूज नहीं करना था. Okay, let me select all, right, because यहाँ पर सभी आएंगे. Okay, now we have this data, right? Perfect. Now based on this I want to check the rich ranking of what, rich ranking of with the name, right? Let me drop the name. I have like 2025 it's like Elon Musk. Now 2024 it's like Bernard and Art, something like this. Okay, so when it comes to like 2025, it should filter out the Jeff Bezos, right? And it should give me the rich ranking value. It's like the 3. I need to work on the filter function so that it will give me the data, like the data or particularly the values that I want. Okay, so the thing is that कि मुझे इसके बेस पे DAX बनाना पड़ेगा, and DAX is like where the actual Power BI developers like need to work on this, right? So यहाँ तक समझ में आया? Just everyone let me know, all faculties, like how to particularly use this. Okay, any message related to this? Okay, anyone, all respected members, Nidhi ma'am, Satish sir, Ashish sir, you know that na, yeah, we can get data from like the website data as well, right? In this way we have to write, we can create the multiple dashboards. If I just simply click on this, it should show me the Elon Musk values, right now, because we know that ये सभी Elon Musk से connected है. So we need to further work on this कि if I just simply click on this, it should not filter out. For that we need to again work on advanced DEX concept and all, right? So it's again proper work of a Power BI developer and the business analyst, right? So in this way we can get data from the website as well, right? Now what about if I want to get data from different sources, like if I am getting data from SQL server, right? Let me just show you. We can get data from SQL server as well, and we have performed like how to transform your data as well, right? Now let me just call the data. uh, Let me do one thing, right? I'll create a very basic data, right? Let me create a very basic data, and for that I will use my chat GPT for Excel, and we have an like AI function. I will write like this: AI. Okay, why I'm not getting this? AI is like the chat GPT for Excel. Let me check, it's not working. AI. Okay, there might be like problem related to this. Okay, वो हट गया होगा. Yeah, right now it's working. AI dot ask, I want a AI dot table, right? So let me just select this AI dot table. I can particularly integrate like add-ins inside Excel as well. मैं chat GPT integrate कर सकता हूँ, Python integrate कर सकता हूँ and all. Okay, what I want like give me, I will write some prompt, right? Give me 20, not 20, like 100 records of like sales data, which includes which includes uh, which includes columns like product name, या product id, order id, product name, या category. Okay, order id, category, and their sales, their profit, right? Their sales profit and the quantity sold. So it's like order id, category, quantity sold, profit, and like the product. Okay, product name. Okay, product, product name. I want all these things and give me 100 record with like Indian context data. So I need to write all these prompt, right? With Indian context data set, right? So this is the prompt, right? I need to write this ai.table, and let me just run this. It will try to use the chat gpt behind the excel. And right now it's say like it's saying ki chat gpt has been activated successfully, please click on this. But I'm not getting the records, right? Let me run it again, right? Just go to this. Give me 100 records of sales data which includes INC LUDS columns like order ID. It should give me the value, right? अगर मेरा prompt से कुछ दिक्कत होगा ना, so it will not give me the value, right? The problem might be related to like the chat GPT is not working inside Excel. This could be the possibility, right? But let me wait for some time. Otherwise, I'll use the same prompt, right? I'll use the same prompt and over the chat GPT, and I'll get some data, right? So that, because I want to show you something, right? मुझे कुछ यहाँ पर दिखाना है आपको. Let me open the chat GPT and I'll paste the same data set, right? So this is the data set. Let me check excel में आया या नहीं आया अभी. No, it's not working, right? There might be reason like error loading add-ins. One or more add-ins faded to load something. There might be problem, right, related to chat gpt for excel. Okay, so this could be the possibility, right? Now what I'll do, I'll just copy all this data. Like right now we have only like very limited data. Okay, so do one thing. Just copy this data only, right? And remove all the data set and paste this data, right? Now we have this data, and what I'll do, I will try to particularly make it more readable. Okay, so for that what I'll do, let me just increase the column size, and do it like center alignment. Okay, like this. Okay, and let me convert this data to like the table form, like this. Okay, we have this data, right? And just cross verify one more thing. Like this should be the numerical value. It should not like कि वो आपका कोई और data. Yes, right now it's a numerical value, right? Okay, we have this data set, and let me save this data as a sales name with the sales name. And the file name going to be, let me save the file with like live data. Okay, with the desktop, and the data name is, the workbook name is live data, right? Why I'm using this, right? Because I want to show you something. Like we have order ID, product name, category, sales, profit, and the quantity sold, right? Now what I want to get this data inside Power BI, but not with the help of like directly Excel. I want to get this data from SQL server, right? We know that we can store data inside SQL as well, or any databases. And what exactly the use of a database is? We can store any humongous amount of data inside databases, right? Now what I'll do, I'll just simply click on this SQL Server Management Studio, right? And I want to like particularly import all this data. I can read out my file as well. See, these are the functional requirements that the business analysts need to write on daily basis, agar if they want the real time analysis, right? And they need to work on all these things, right? So let me open this SQL Server Management Studio, and just wait for a second. What I'll do, आई विल कॉल द सेम डेटा. वो जो डेटा है ना, मैं यहाँ पर एक्सेल में कॉल, एसक्यूएल सर्वर में कॉल कर लूँगा. Just click on this new query. It will try to connect with, see, right now I don't want to connect with the user. I want the like the Windows privilege. So because I am admin itself, so इसमें मैंने connect कर दिया. Now just go to the new query. Inside this SQL Server Management Studio, this is just a RDBMS tool, right? RDBMS is just like a database management system, right? RDBMS. What do you understand by RDBMS? It's like a relational database management system. Okay. Relational database management system. Now inside this RDBMS, this SQL server is an RDBMS, right? What I can do, I can simply create my database. So I need to write this SQL query, create database. Let me write the database name as a live database, right? Live database. Okay. This one is like my database name. you need to select this query and click on this execute button. You have successfully created this database. Now how to check the database has created or not? Just go to this databases, and you will simply check. You will just refresh the databases as well, right? You will get the live databases. यहाँ पर आपको क्या मिल जाएगा? This one, right? Now I want to import the data. Right now I am doing it manually, so just go to this task option, click on this import flat file. But in practical situation, the data are like particularly storing inside the database on a real time basis. वो API के through हमारा data store हो रहा होता है, right? But right now I am doing it manually. Once we start with the Python, I'll show you how to like particularly automate our Power BI as well. Right now it will ask for the location. I'll select the browse, go to the desktop option. Now you know that now you have the live data, right? Just see, the thing is that now it will ask for like the excel comma separated values, but the thing is that we have created that file inside like xlsx, so it's very again like a bit problem for a Power BI developer or any business analyst. You need to understand the basic requirement as well. Like this is the live data, it should be in the excel csv format, right? So just do one thing, open this data and convert this data into like the CSV format. And once you convert this data into CSV format, you no need to convert this data into tabular format, right? So what I'll do, I'll just go to this, click on this save as option, browse, and keep the same as live data. But instead of live data Excel workbook, just select this comma separated value, right? The comma separated delimited, right? It will say ki you have like the active sheet which is like in xlsx format, no issue. Let me just cut this. Now we have this live data. Now I can import this live data inside my live databases. Go to this task option, import this flat file, click on this next option, go to this browse, select this desktop icon, and you can now select your live data as well, right? Click on this open, and it will try to import the data. Right now we have only like 10 to 20 data, right? It will try to detect the data type as well, like the order id, product name, category, sales, profit, quantity, and sold, right? Like all these are the like data types that we have, right? And varchar, integer, all belongs to data types, like the tiny integer. Let me convert this tiny integer to just a simple like the small integer or like the medium integer, right? And just click on this next button. If you'll get the success option, it means all works perfectly. Just click on this close option. Now refresh this, and if you want to check your data like the table name, you will get here. This is the table name, like the dbo.live data, right? Now I want to check what how exactly my data look like, right? So first of all you have to use your databases. My database name is like live data, so I'll simply select this use live database. And what I'll do, I'll write the select query. So if I want to check how my data like look likes, if I want to check the table, so you have to write this select star from and then followed by your table name. The table name is like the live data. Now select this query, click on this execute button, and you have this data, right? You can particularly play with this SQL query. You can like group by the data. Suppose I want to check the overall distribution of the beverages with the like overall profit that they have made with the categories, like, so I can group by my data like this. So I have to write select category, and then you need to call the sum is like an aggregation function. What exactly you want to sum? Suppose you want to sum like the profit in INR, right? And the SQL is like the case insensitive, and you have to give from where, from live data, like simply write like this, from live data. But the thing is that you need to group by all the data, so just simply write group by, and group by the any textual data. You need to write like this, group by category, and once you run this, it will give you the group data, like the April has like overall itna profit, like the beverages has overall itna profit, and you can write like this the total profit. Okay, this is the alias thing, right? TOTAL, total profit, I can simply write. Okay, and if you want to show ki which category has contributed the most profit, so you can just simply write the order by as well. order by with the aliasing that you have used, the total profit. If you want to show it like in descending order, you have to write the DSC. Once you run this, you will get the electronic has achieved the highest total profit. But for to particularly achieve this kind of stuff, we need to write all these SQL queries. Now what we want to connect this data to my Power BI, and we know that we have to click on this get data. It has an option which is like get data from SQL server. I can get data from SQL server as well, so that there should be like the automation. Okay, I can particularly automate my data. Now once you click on this, it will ask the server name and the database name. Now how to particularly get the server name? Just click on this your server name, click on this properties, and this is your server name, right? Simply click on this, control C, copy this and go to Power BI and paste this. Now it will ask the databases that you want to connect. So what I want to connect with the live database. My database name is live database. Just simply copy this live database and go to this Power BI and paste it here. Now if we want to import data inside Power BI, we have two different connectivity mode, and the one that is recommended is a import mode or the direct query mode, right? Import mode said it will try to import the data and create a copy of the data inside the Power BI. It means ये SQL सर्वर पे जाएगा, डेटा को रीड करेगा एंड पावर बीआई में एक कॉपी क्रिएट कर लेगा. नाउ व्हाट अबाउट द डायरेक्ट क्वेरी? इन डायरेक्ट क्वेरी यू कैन नॉट पर्टिकुलरली ट्रांसफॉर्म योर डेटा. अब डायरेक्ट क्वेरी मीन्स इट्स लाइक अ लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग. जैसे बैकएंड में डेटा आ रहा है वही डेटा यहाँ पावर बीआई पे शो होगा. यू कैन नॉट पर्टिकुलरली ट्रांसफॉर्म योर डेटा. जस्ट लाइक अ रियल टाइम, लाइक द रियल न्यूज़ एनालिसिस. अगर पीछे बैकग्राउंड में किसी ने कुछ बोल दिया तो वो लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग में मुझे शो हो जाएगा. सो इट्स लाइक अ डायरेक्ट क्वेरी. And if we want the real time analysis, we need to click on this direct query, right? Just simply click on this OK button. It will try to connect this Power BI to this SQL server, and we know that कि inside this live databases we have this live data नाम का table. If I just simply click on this, this is the live table ना, यही हमारे पास टेबल था. Now I know that I am connected with the direct query, so I cannot particularly. कितने बजे क्लास है आपकी? बैठ जाओ. Okay, so I cannot particularly click on this the transform option. We need to click on this load option, right? So just simply click on this load option. Okay, and it will say like you can there might be the potential security risk because you are adding multiple sources, right? Just simply click on this OK, and it will try to establish the connection, right, with the live data. Now we know that the live data is like my data name. Okay, this is my the live data, and once you hover over this, it will say the storage mode is direct query. Now what is the purpose of a storage mode? You cannot particularly view your live data. This table cannot be shown because it is not in imported mode, right? This is the power of this Power BI, right? If the data is live, तो वो data ना आप खाली SQL server में ही view कर सकते हैं. Now what I want to analyze my live data. See, the thing is that the best thing that we can do with the Power BI, I'll just simply click on this live data. Now what I want to analyze, I want to analyze my some KPIs, right? So I will simply click on this card new, and just simply click on this profit INR, the quantity sold INR, and the sales INR, right? And we know that all these are my the total KPIs, right? So instead of sum of, I'll write total profit INR, total quantity sold INR. Just wait for a second, right? Total quantity sold and just write total sales INR, right? Total sales INR. Now in this way we have created we have created this KPI with the three records, and let me just pick the same formatting, right? Instead of अभी हमारा time waste होगा, I'll copy the format and apply the same format, right? तो वो apply हो जाएगा था मेरा like this with the same formatting. Now what exactly I want to show that if there is any changes inside my databases, it should reflect automatically, right? So for that what you have to do, you need to write some DAX so that I can just simply show कि हाँ my dashboard is like updating on a real time basis, right? And do one more thing. You have the God chart as well. The God chart will try to give you the KPIs distribution. Like, let me just show you the profit. It will try to give me the profit value, right? And just click on this format painter and use this one, right? It will try to give the profit values, and you can use the God chart for the sales values as well. But instead of doing this, what I'll do, I'll use the slicer, and let me use the slicer let me use the slicer with the category that I have. Like these are the categories, and suppose I want to let me use this one. Okay, and suppose I want to show the clustered column like this, the clustered column, and inside the clustered column what exactly I want to show the category wise the sales data. See, right now we have electronics with the highest sales. So instead of just showing sales, let me pick the profit, right? The profit is also very high. Let me pick the quantity right now. Now we have some sort of like ठीक ठाक data है हमारे पास. Okay. Now we have the data set like this. Okay. Just go to this. Go to like the date on the data labels, right? And you can like use the product name as well. And if you want to show like the instead of quantity, if you want to show the quantity sold as well, right, the sales INR, you can show the same values, right? Now the thing is that why exactly we have used all these things, right? And let me just create a very basic dex, the dex that I want to show my real time analysis. So what I want to write a new dex, and the dex could be like, see, I will write two decks, right? And the very important one, believe me, this is going to be very crazy, right? Uh, I will write the date and time right now. Date and time, okay? And the date and time, I will use the now function, okay? This is the dex that we have created, and it should be inside live data, not inside like the rich list, okay? Date and time, because that is a part of a live data, right? Now what why we have used this, because I want to show you something. See, I'll just only like need your 10 more minutes. Just give me some time, because this one is very important, right? And what I want to show the real time date and time. Now this is my real one date and time, and all these are my values, and let me just drop all those values and just keep the values like this. Okay, now we have this date and time like this. Okay, it's like 2020 2020 like 2025 with the time is like, okay, now what I want to refresh my page on a real time fraction of second, right? So I just simply click on this page refresh, just go to this, and instead of minutes just say seconds, right? And just write this as a 1 second, right? Now in every 1 second it will try to, now you can say the my time is running, right? But we are not getting the live value, right? We are not getting the live value, and the problem was what we want a real time analysis. Now just see one thing, right? I will write another KPI, right? The another KPI or the another DEX is related to if my profit crosses like the value of 50,000, not the 50,000, 15,000, it should show in green color, right? I want this kind of something like the color formatting, right? So what I'll do, I'll again go to this new measure, and I'll write first of all like the actual profit. So this is like your actual profit, okay? The actual profit is like, it's like the sum function and sum of your what, sum of your sales like the profit INR. So you need to give the profit INR. This is this is the use of a sum function, right? This is the actual profit. Now again I will write another DAX. I want to format my color based on like the actual profit or the target profit. Let me pick my target profit as well, right? Target profit. So we need to write all these, like all these are my decks. The decks are like the data analysis expression. The target profit is like 15,000, ones times 100,000, 10,000, like so this one is my target profit. Now why we have created this, and just move this target profit to like the live data, because this should be the part of live data, and this actual profit should be also the part of this live data, not in the rich list, right? Now we have two decks which is like the actual profit and the target profit. Now let me create another profit which is like the gauge color, right? Gauge color, GAUGE gauge color like this, and I will use some if function. And if let me just zoom out. If the target color, if the actual profit, I'll select if the actual profit is greater than or is equals to my target profit, I can just simply say like use green color, okay? Use green color, and otherwise use the red color. I can just simply write like this, okay? Use green color or red color. Now what I'll do, I have created this gauge color as well, and again it should be the part of live data. Now we have created three different level of DEX. The DEX is like I want to further reanalyze my data, and the full form of a DEX is data analysis expressions, right? Now why we want, let me just select this one, okay, and do one more thing. Again apply the same format painter so that I'll get some like decent visuals, okay. Now just go to this formatting and click on this colors, and instead of fill color, just go to this fx. Instead of gradient, just use this like fill value, and you know that inside live data you have the gauge color is the fill value, right? You know that the values is in like the red value, right? Because the red value is like you have not achieved your target, right? And you know that the target value, you just need to drop your target profit as well, right? It should give your target profit as well. वो वैल्यू यहाँ पर मुझे शो होना चाहिए. बट व्हाट अबाउट द मैक्सिमम वैल्यू? द मैक्सिमम वैल्यू इज लाइक 9400 समथिंग दिस. So you need to change this maximum value as well. So you can do one thing. Again go to this new measures and write the maximum profit. So as a BI developer or as a like business analyst, you need to work on these things. Let me write the like the 5,000 or like the 50,000 as the maximum profit, right? And again I'll use the inside the live data, and let me drop the maximum profit with the maximum value. I think मैंने ज़्यादा value ले लिया है. Let me pick the 50,000, right? I picked the almost very huge amount of value. Now you know that, just see here, and do one more thing. Just go to this and select this one, and just go to formatting inside the color option, like the general option, and you have the title, and the text color is like this. What I want none, right? I want no any formatting, or just let me pick this one, right? I want this kind of formatting. What I want, see, the background color that I am getting is black, right? So what I'll do, just go to effects and change this color to white, right? And change this color to white. Now you have this value, right? And just keep it like थोड़ा सा मैं इसे increase कर देता हूँ like this. And this is the last topic of today, right? Why I am particularly taking that much amount of time. Now we have the target value, which is like 15k, and we have this value, right, which is like the 0k, and we have all these data. Now just see one thing. Suppose the data is like आपका changing on daily basis or like on frequent basis, and right now we don't have live data. But what I'll do, I'll write some SQL queries to make it live. Okay, we have the while loop in SQL queries as well, and I want to like insert some values inside my live data, right? So what I'll do, I'll just simply say one thing, do one thing. Okay, see, select one value, select like one value from select like sample. Instead of sample, just say select like star from live data. Okay, we have this live data, right? We have this live data, right? And what I want to just particularly change some profit, right? Let me update any one profit. For that I need to run this update query, right? So update, I want to update my what live data. Just see one thing, right? ये जैसे ही मैं change करूँगा ना, it will try to change the values as well. Right now we have the total profit is like 5k, okay, and you can just simply check the total profit is at 4,723. Now what I'll do, I'll update my live data and I'll set the profit value, which is like the profit INR, and the profit INR is going to be, instead of this like 35, which is like the order ID of 1007. So I'll say let me make this as 12,000, right? So instead of 35, let me make this as 12,000, where you need to write this, where order ID is equals to which one, where order ID is like ORD 1007, and let me write like this, ORD 1007. So this is the like in this way we are updating the data. Let me just run this, and because that data is lively connected to the Power BI, if I just run this data, you can just check, okay, we have the 12,000 updated value. But what about the Power BI dashboard? You can just simply check we have achieved the total profit of 17k, and like because we have added a 12k value, right? And that particularly gauge color convert to green one, yes or no, right? And you can check the live date and time as well. So you can just simply click on this with the slicers that you have, right? And you will get the real time insights, right? So it's like the basic use of the dynamic calculation of a Power BI dashboard, right? And you will get the insight on a real time basis. I think आपको कुछ यहाँ पर अपडेट मिला होगा, yes you know, how to get a real time insight on a fingertip on a real time basis when it comes to like the day to day development of a business analyst work or like the Power BI dashboard development, yes you know. Dr. Nidhi ma'am, Satish sir, Tulika ma'am, Aishwarya ma'am. See, we have extended our time because I want to really particularly summarize all these things, right? Now, what about if we are getting some like live data? Suppose I am inserting 5 live data, right? Let me write this insert query, insert into, and this is the last code that I'll write today. Insert into, I want to insert into what? Live data. This is the SQL statement that we need to understand. Okay, what I exactly want to insert? I want to insert some values. What kind of values? The first is like the order ID. So let me write the ORD. ORD is like 10 or 111011, and the second is like the product name. Let me pick the product name as like the Tata tea product. Okay, this is the product name. And the third is like the category belongs to beverages, BEVERAGES. And the fourth one is like their sales value. Let me pick the sales value as 1200. The profit is like 3500, and the quantity that we have sold is like 5000. Okay, suppose this is the data that I am inserting. Okay, now let me copy this and I'll again insert the same data multiple times. Now this one is second time, and this one is third time, and that one is like aapka fourth time. Okay, we have this data set. Let me do some changes: 12, 13, 14 and 15. Instead of Tata tea, yeah, let me pick the same values, like Tata tea ka hi entry ho raha hai, and not like for 1200. Let me make this as 13, 14 and 15, right? And instead of 3500, 4500, 5500 and the 6500. Now what about the quantities? So we can just simply write the 10,000 as well, the 15,000, and what about the final value is like the 20,000. Now we are like particularly crossing the limit, right? So we just want to insert all these live data, right? So for that, what we will do, just simply run all these execute statement. We know that that data is connected to live. Okay, if I just simply run this select live data, we got all our 4 values, and just simply go to this, like you can just simply check all dashboard change automatically, yes or no. So now you can say that we are getting the live analysis. The profit is like something this, the quantity is this, the total sales that we have achieved is like this. And in this way we can particularly achieve our target as well. The colors also change, and we can analyze the live data as well, right? So now just let me know any questions or any doubt related to this class. Dr. Nidhi ma'am, Dr. Satish sir, any doubt related to this? So this is the final thing. Like, let me just show you the day two approach that we have already started with the like the BRDs and the FRDs development. How to particularly work on storytelling and all, right? What exactly the purpose of a KPI is? How to work on the dashboard development, and you can just simply check all the dashboard and the. Let me just check some messages, any messages if you have, like. So all these things that we can particularly work on day-to-day basis, and these are the works related to the Power BI developer as well as and the KPI developer and the like the business analyst developer as well as, right? Any question related to this? Anyone? Right, the dashboard we have developed, we have used like all the concept related to the breakdown concept, top 10 rich list. We use how to particularly get data from like the online live data, how to use like the python. We'll try to use the Python in the upcoming classes. We have just simply imported the data set from like the SQL server, right? And how to get data from Excel as well. Now we have created all like the data visualization, storytelling and all. Okay, so this is the main use cases of a Power BI. You can particularly connect to the live data, right? I think we are done for today, right? In case of any doubt, you can simply let me know. We perform like many things today, started with the like the Power BI, basic BRDs, FRDs development, how to work on like smart, specific, measurable data validation and all, right? BRD templates. I'll give you some like Power BI dashboard or the BRDs and FRD templates related to the same, right? We have also performed some tools and the case studies related to that, right? Now what about like the data visualization and storytelling in the upcoming, like the modules that we have like in the day 3? Let me just show you. So we have accomplished so far like how to work with the BRDs and FRDs from the like basic KPIs and dashboard development, and we'll start in upcoming class with the basic Python implementation, how to analyze our data using the Python, what exactly the requirement of a business analyst when it comes to like the Python, and what different technologies like the agile and the waterfall methodologies that we have to follow on day-to-day basis, right? We will work on exploratory data analysis using the Python itself and the inbuilt modules that the Python has, right? So all these are related to like we perform all interactive dashboard dex function, the KPIs, indicators, all the common visualization and all. I think like this is enough for the today. If in case of any doubt, you can simply let me know in the chat option, or you can simply ask me the same question inside WhatsApp as well, right? So I think that is done for today. Dr. Nidhi ma'am, any doubt? Dr. Satish sir, Dr. Ashish sir, any question? Dr. Aishwarya ma'am, or shall I just close this session? I think this is done for today, right? Hello, am I audible? Just let me know. Dr. Sunil sir, Dr. Tulika ma'am, Dr. Shampi ma'am, anyone, just let me know, right? I know that you all will be like, you will again watch the recording and to just perform the same analysis, and it's my again request, like do the same thing, right? So just let me know so that I can close this session, and we'll again connect for the day 3 tomorrow, and we'll start with the next topic for like how to explore the data using the Python as well. Just anyone confirm me once again, shall I just close this session? Dr. Satish sir, Dr. Ashish sir, Nidhi ma'am, Aishwarya ma'am, Sunil sir. Okay, yes, sir. Just one question: how to be efficient in using databases? See, we need to particularly learn the SQL concept and all, right? And it's always recommended for a business analyst or a data analyst or a data scientist to very efficient with all trending tools and technologies that are ongoing in the market. See, you are going to particularly identifying a problem, and you have to give the solution. Unless or until if you don't know how to identify the problem and what exactly the solution that are available right now in the market, how you can particularly sure that you can give the solution to them, right? So you have to be very make sure you need to understand all trending tools and technologies. If it is required to work on SQL, the basic concept of Power BI, just try to give some time and learn all these trending tools and technologies. It's very important for business analysts or any type of analyst to be the part of trend, right? I think you got your answer, right? So let me just close this session. In case of any doubt, you can simply put the same question in the comment section or in the chat box. And okay, sir, SQL database source to learn. Yeah, I'll give you the sources. I'll have my own sources, right? You can like simply explore like W3 school if you want to like start it from scratch, right? W3 SQL is very like handy for the beginners version, right? If you just want to particularly learn what exactly the basic concept of SQL, you can just simply use W3 SQL. But again, the same thing. Okay, you already know. Okay, so just try to learn the basic development now. Just try to work on like the day-to-day problem of what the business analyst has to like work on day-to-day basis. If you already know the basic SQL concept, just try to implement all these concept on implementation phase or in on like the production environment. Otherwise you will like it should be like the basic use of only. Okay, so just work on this. Okay, other than there is any sources. Okay, I'll give you the list, right? I'll have, you can use the Java T point, you can use gigs or gigs, right? But all these required, like the very popular tool is like the Chat GPT. If you have like the access of how to like write the prompt engineering and all, there is no use of like particularly accessing any individual website one by one, right? So I think this is enough for today, right? I'll give you the timing of like of the tomorrow's classes, and we'll let you know, and we'll have dedicated 1 hours of lunch time, because we know that it's very hectic for me as well, and of course to you as well, right? So let's just connect tomorrow and we'll start with the new topic. I think we are good to go for today, right? So shall I just close this session? Okay. Okay, okay. So again, Very good evening to all of you, and let me just meet like tomorrow, and we'll start with the next topic, like how to analyze the data set for the business analyst using pandas, and how to explore the data set using exploratory data analysis tomorrow, right? So wish you all the best. Let us connect tomorrow, right? And I'll give you the recordings, the whatever the PPTs that I have used, the resources and all, right? So let me just stop my sharing and let's just meet tomorrow. Bye bye.